you down. You gotta stand up and fight. Oh, you got to stand up. Oh, you fight.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Oh, you fight.
In person is so much more beautiful.
You know that shit stuck to me.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to the world's dopest podcast, the Marley State of Mind podcast. Down here at a bunch of Bull Studios like we are every week. And we got a few special guests in the house with us tonight. Got the Cash Cows in here real heavy. What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling?
What up, R0m0?
Good, bro.
We got Luco to my left. We got R0m0 to my right. Tizo back here. What's up, bro? And we got Kills. How y'all feeling?
What up, though, cuz?
Good, bro.
Man, I'm excited to have you. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I've been looking forward to this one for a while.
My boy.
Whenever I start off a podcast, I like to say how I was introduced to the guest or how I come to find the guest. And this one's no different. For me, it was whenever I first came home from doing a bid. My man Shawnsky, what up, Shawnsky? He was super in tune with everything, and he put me down. He's like, "Bro, this is who's doing what." So he showed me some of y'all videos and everything you had going on, because y'all had big motion. You know what I mean? You're one of the people from the city that's really doing, or from our area who's really doing it proper, like with the real CDs, the real pranks, the duplicates and all that. And he's
Remember
like,
the CDs? That's crazy.
Yeah, bro.
That was all, we could pod for an hour about that shit.
That's
Yeah.
a fact.
Hey, we on it.
I put in pain with them blanks, bro. Real pain.
But you was just straight ripping them off the blanks.
Bro, I mean, burning CDs, mad copies for, like, events.
Time bomb.
Yeah, I mean,
Niggas
just
taking
event.
things out time bomb with them
For
blanks.
real, bro.
Remember?
Yeah, no, we definitely spoke
Nah, I
about
can't
that.
relate to nobody that ain't driving the time bomb with a stack of CDs trying to get on, trying to get down with Brick. I don't understand your struggle, gang.
Yeah.
Y'all got
Shout
some
out to
internet shit.
shout out to
Brick.
Brick, for real.
Shout out Brick and Tom Bomb.
For sure.
I definitely spoke about that with a few artists, how important Tom Bomb was to our scene and how important it was to have your music in Tom Bomb, because that's where everybody's music was. And if you were listening to music from the area, like
So
that's
you
where you go
getting
to
it.
copy your music at. So if you're in Tom Bomb, it's a big deal. Like that's major distribution for, you know what I mean, for cats like us, and you feel like you really made it once you got there.
Facts.
So yeah, man, I'm glad to have y'all here, man. Needless to say, this has been a long time coming, one in the making. We're on episode 57. So it's a great time to have y'all with everything that's going on. And since that time, like everyone's evolved. You know what I mean? Like everyone has evolved. You know what I mean? All you guys evolved together. And that's one of the things I always admired about what y'all have going on. It's a tight knit group, and y'all are always together, moving as a unit.
Yeah.
And that's what makes y'all so strong, because everybody plays a role. And ain't nobody ever tripping. You know what I mean? Everybody's willing to do
We
the
be
work.
tripping. We just don't be public. That's all. We
Yeah,
just
That's
ain't
a
messing.
fact.
Yeah, keep it family.
We
bro.
humans. You know what I'm saying?
Keep it-
We all
keep it
still
family.
humans. You feel me? We
Yeah.
just keep it not messy on the internet. Yeah, that's all.
And Kills and R0m0 let it argue.
Oh, that's our favorite sport.
That's it.
That's what you do with your brother.
The debate team.
But that's what makes it even more pivotal what y'all are doing, and more impressive what y'all doing, because it's hard for people to stay together as a team. We see it all the time. From our favorite artists, we've seen The Rock break up. You know what I mean? We've seen Dipset go through it and break up. You know what I mean? And y'all maintain that chemistry throughout time, no matter what you had going on. Like I would never be able to tell, because like you said, you never made it public. You know what I mean? You kept it in house, and that's what you do with your family.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Keep that shit in house. So yeah, with all that being said, man, R0m0, I know we got to start off with like Panama Records, like coming from Fayette County, where it's not like a heavy music influence as far as hip hop's concerned. How are you able to like stake your place in the game of hip hop? How are you able to start even getting involved in hip hop on a level to be found by a record label like that?
So that's a good question. So how this shit all started was, my story really like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I was living out in Reading, PA, out by Philly, and I was getting into a lot of trouble. And I had a little cousin that still lived out here, because I'm from here originally, but I just wasn't living here at the time. And my little cousin, like, he always just looked up to me, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, I'll never forget it, man. It was like there was raids going on. Feds was hitting niggas. It was like a wild time. And I got a call from my cousin. He like, yo, me and my dad were in Harrisburg right now because I always come out here with them for the summertime, like throughout the years. So he was like, "Yo, my dad, we're in Harrisburg. We're like an hour away. We want to come scoop you. Want to come?" I'm like, "Yeah, fuck it, let's go. It's hot as hell out here. All right, I'm with it." So I go with them. We come out here for a little summer vacation. And then my mom and his mom was their sisters, you know what I'm saying? They was talking about it, and they was like, man, it's probably best, you know, we keep pressing, you know what I mean, out
Give you a
that way.
change of scenery
Yeah,
type
give me a
shit.
change of scenery. So, and at that time, it was way more faster paced. Like it was city, it was like Philly, New York, Jersey, all that kind of motion. And it's just a lot of killings, it's just way faster paced than here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody was still trapping everywhere, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? But it was
sure.
just like a different kind of speed. So anyway, I come back home and me and my little cousin, we hooping and shit. And I met my man. We was hooping. It's funny as hell because I don't even know if Luca know this, but we was hooping up at Brownsville High School. It was Irv,
Pull your mic a
Var.
little bit closer for me, bro. Just
It
say
was-
they're having a hard time hearing
It
you.
was my bro Irv, my bro Var. Better.
Good. Is that better, Justin?
I rock with whoever chimed in. Whoever chimed in, I appreciate y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Better now.
You all
Yo,
good, bro?
mic check 1 2.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So yeah, so
So you're telling us about the transition from Reading
yeah,
to
so
Fayette
basically,
County type
like
shit?
literally Philly to here instead of Philly to LA, like Will Smith.
Right.
So I'm up here hooping and shit, and at the time was my brother Irv, my man Bar, my man Gates, and Luca's brother MJ, who had the crazy handles. See, this was the era whenever handles was everything. Crossing the niggas
It
up
was
was
the
everything.
and
You feel what
one
I'm saying?
era, everybody's
yeah,
hot
you know what I'm
sauce.
saying? Yeah,
He was
it,
nice,
it was
for
white boy ever
Yeah.
seen next to white chocolate and shit. My man
Yeah.
MJ out there, Gates,
Shout out
Big
MJ.
Jumper. You
Shout
feel
out
me?
MJ, man.
Shout out MJ for
MJ,
sure.
MJ,
You feel me?
fade away.
For real. So I'm with my man Irv and shit, and niggas was up there rapping. And after the little hoop game, niggas was up there rapping. Now, mind you, I lived out by Philly, so at the time, like it's Reed Dollars, like it's like smack. I mean, niggas is
Yeah.
rapping. So
Yeah, vodka,
I'm up
all
there,
that bullshit.
yeah, you feel me? So I'm rapping and shit, and these niggas is like, yo, you're crazy, I'm like, ah, bro, appreciate you, you know what I'm saying? So from there, the relationship with my bro Irv kind of grew, and then Irv at the time was best friends in the right hand to my man D, who just came home from the feds, who owned Panama. They both owned Panama together, really. It was a joint venture. Just
Yeah.
you know, my man D kind of was more of the face while Irv was zipping around the country doing what they had to do. So yeah, bro. You know, the rest was
So
history.
you already had to plug in with Panama through your bro.
Yeah. So basically, I'm actually skipping a little bit of steps because what happened was me, Irv, and my man CH. Rest in peace, CH. I could never skip this. This is a very important part of my life. My man CH. He's a singer slash songwriter slash rapper. He was the illest nigga ever, bro. He ended up getting killed and shit up in South Hills, but anyways, we had a group called F5, and the only niggas that was like from my area. Cause we could talk about town in a minute, but
Yeah.
in our little circumference of things, it was Luco and the D-Pix Click. You know what I'm saying? They was doing music too, and but yeah, I was rapping with Irv and CH. We had a little and my boy Bill Pugh, can't never leave Bill Pugh out. And we had a little group. It was the oddest thing, cause I'm young as hell. They a little bit older than me. I always ran with older niggas. Irv, extra street nigga. My man CH, a street nigga slash lover boy. My man Bill, a student athlete. It's just a wild little arrangement, but
Wild
we was
mix, yeah.
So we was doing music, did a couple little talent shows, little shows and shit like that, and then from there, Irv was like, "Yo, my man D, my cousin, cause he had a bunch of people from McKeesport, like a lot of Panama shit was like some McKeesport niggas mixed with like Homewood, Wilkinsburg,
yeah.
shit like that. You feel me?
Yeah.
So yeah, so basically I'm a nigga from the out here, you know what I mean? I'm out this way, but I'm going to the city and I'm rapping with these niggas, and these niggas is crazy. Like these niggas, like you know what rap was like, really like nigga.
Bars.
You couldn't even, you couldn't hang around niggas if you couldn't rap, bro.
Right.
You'd be on the sideline, nigga. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm up there rapping with these city niggas, Skis, my man Flawless, rest in peace. And they like, nah, press nice. I mean, so much to the point, like, at one point in time, I was the main artist in that whole shit. And my man Tommy Brown, world renowned, he was like one of my first producers for real. And so yeah, so niggas.
That's
was
how you
like,
clicked up with them.
yeah.
And y'all was doing a lot of shows. Like I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, I remember going to like a Dipset show back in the day.
bro.
This is when they was throwing the chairs. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And, I believe-
Chauncey's.
Yeah,
Chauncey's.
And I believe y'all opened
That
up
was-
for him, right?
yeah.
It was so packed and everything. Was that one of your
Yeah.
first shows?
So we did. So the irony is, bro, we did a couple shows with Dipset. We did we did some shit with Dipset down where you're talking about. That was the Strip District.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then we had like, so in the Pittsburgh circuit, so now boom, we talking Panama Air. There's this like, it's the Pittsburgh circuit, all right? So at the time it's Panama, it's the government, which was S Money in them.
Yeah.
It was Scorcher Hot, which was the Hill niggas at the time.
Yeah.
We had some McKeesport niggas. We had some Brad. There was just a bunch of different niggas in that time. And so the Pittsburgh circuit would be like you doing Chauncey's and shit like that. We doing all the shit. It was like literally all the time. It was like me and S Money and them niggas. We always found ourselves on the same bills and shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Couple Duquesne niggas. You know what I mean? So yeah, we did that. And then there was a guy, his name is Muhammad. He passed away, but he started that Pittsburgh hip hop music shit. You feel what I'm saying? The music
rest in
award.
peace,
Pittsburgh
Muhammad.
Hip Hop
Yeah,
Awards.
rest in peace, Muhammad. Yeah. So Muhammad, like we was going on tour. Muhammad was doing shit like putting niggas on the Chitlin circuit type shit. So like we opened up for Lil Wayne on tour around the Carter 1 era, and we was in North Carolina, Atlanta. First time I ever went to Atlanta. You know, Panama granted me a lot of opportunities. I give it credit to.
Were you able to appreciate it at that time, bro? Like being so young, coming from where we come from, were you able to really absorb that moment and understand what that was you were going through? Or or did you take it for granted?
Yeah and no, like yeah, because like honest to God, that shit is the reason why I believe I could do anything. I like before niggas. I'm telling you, in my hood, like Brownsville, all that shit, niggas wasn't going outside of Pittsburgh for real. Niggas was going to Atlanta, before the internet was super cracking and crazy, and like and like getting a chance to be around rappers, right? This is what changed my life, nigga. I'm in the back. So my bro, he spent like 100. He gonna be like, man, he disrespected me. He's probably like 200 bands. Let's just say 200 bands on a show. We rented the whole Mellon Arena out and shit, right? And he had the whole crime. He had Crime Mob. He had Chingy at the time.
That's
Cassidy,
the show I'm talking about. Is that one?
Cassidy, fucking
I want to say Young Buck or G.
Young Buck G. Yeah, it was everybody in G Unit but 50, and everybody in Dipset but Cam. And so I'm in the back. We doing a show. We in Mariel Muse office and shit, popping Cristal and shit, all street money. It was the hottest shit. Like looking back at it, like y'all niggas was hot as shit. You niggas is out here doing this crazy ass shit, renting arenas and shit.
Yeah,
so we in there, and I was with Trillville. They had that Get Some Cut at the time, right? That record was crazy. And I'm back there. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So we back, we in the back kicking it. And these niggas had, like, I had better jewelry than the niggas. Like, we had more paper than them niggas. So it just let me know. I'm like, oh, I could really be one of these niggas. Like, yo, they're not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm seeing these niggas on BT. Yeah. I'm seeing them on MTV. Like, you seeing them, and then you see them in person. It's like, oh, shit, there's no difference, bro. Like, niggas can really do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's, so, your question was, I take it for granted for that, from that aspect. Hell no. It opened my eyes, it changed my life. And it like, so whenever that shit fell apart and I was at ground level building with Luca, I knew, you know what I mean? Luca done, I know 90% of the time he look at me like I'm crazy as shit. But like, I had enough foresight to see like, nigga, we could do this shit, bro. We ain't, you know what I mean? We nice, nigga, we can do this shit. And then from the other part, taking it for granted. Yeah, I was spoiled as shit, nigga. I ain't gonna lie. Like, my niggas had crazy paper out. I was hustling. I did my thing. I had some money, but it was easy for me because niggas was always, you know what I mean, making it easy for me. So in that regard, it definitely was spoiled as shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, I think that's the thing about the streets. A lot of people that don't realize it, that are not in it, don't understand. It's like some of that shit is inherited, bro. Yeah. Like if your family's about that shit, you're probably gonna be into it, and you're gonna have a little bit more leeway than a nigga that's just trying to get into it that don't have that connection. You're gonna get better prices, whatever, which is gonna make you more successful. You're gonna have a heads up, just like with any business. So a lot of people don't understand that ain't in it. But Luco, he so we go to Panama. So I definitely want to get with you on this. How you and Press linked up, how you come to find him at that time. Did y'all know each other growing up?
So like I said, bro, like I came back in town.
Mhm.
I wasn't aware of Luca at the time whenever I first hit, and then once I started getting into music, you're gonna find out who the dope niggas was. So at the time, this was even before like Kills and Jay Vicious and Tizo and them. This was like Townsman, Geo, and Quincy type era type shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so come on, man, he's a white boy, he running with all the niggas, and they like he nice. Dude. I'm like, man, let me see what they talking about. You know what I mean? And Buddy was really the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, my man really with the shit. You know what I'm saying? So we had a little relationship while I was at Panama, but once the shit fell apart, long story short, I had a case. I'm on house arrest. Shout out to Luke. I'll never forget. He pulled up to my aunt's crib like, yo, bro, like, what you doing? Like, what we doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, shit, let's do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what set it off. Bro.
So, Lugo, how did it start off for you being from Fayette County? It's not heavy hip hop influence. How did you come to find hip hop? Like, when did it discover you, or when did you discover it?
I was when I was young, I would like freestyle and shit like that with like the neighborhood kids, like, and I didn't want to have like whack freestyle, so I just started like, writing a little bit, you know what I mean? Get like a little cheap bar here and there, you know what I'm saying, bro. And once I kind of like started doing that, I just started writing and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So I just like piqued my interest. I had a cousin who rapped, and then I saw that, damn, like he went to the studio and really laid 100 bars. So he had a song called 100 Bars type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was like, damn, that's pretty cool. So, and I was always like a home studio kind of guy, even like old ass computers, mics and shit, trying to figure that shit out. So I've always like kind of dabbled into the engineering and production side of it too.
Was a lot of that out of necessity, being from an area where it's not really
a
lot of studios to access?
Yeah, and plus, like, my dad was probably check to check for at the time, you know what I'm saying? And he ain't believing in, like, you know what I'm saying? Me going to the studio, like, it was
spending the bread,
his studio money type shit, you know what I'm saying? So I just had to figure it out and do what I can, and then eventually we kind of grew and did bigger studios and better sound quality. But I think the like home studio shit is always close to our heart as far as like how we create music and shit like that. But but I was then I started rapping with some kids from Republic, PA.
Yeah, pub.
From the pub, and started with them. Deep His Click, R0m0 mentioned him earlier. That was Mickey Cohen, my dog PD, E Mikes, and I think it was me. I think that was the 4. But we also had like twins like Timmy and Ant and them hanging around and shit. It was like a wavy little squad, little crew, like you know what I'm saying. And that's when I was kind of hanging around all the streets and shit. And that's where I met R0m0, probably when I was hanging around Snowden. I think we kind of bumped into, you know what I'm saying. And you really is like the Fresh Prince. So it was like that story. All of a sudden I see R0m0, you know what I'm saying. He had like he always made a pirate hat look wavy. And
that's funny, ain't it?
You know what I mean? And he kind of had like a resemblance to like Mace and shit. Like he always like the pretty boy aura, and that's kind of what I was on too, for real. Like even like even what I was doing, bro. Like I'm a little unorthodox with my pretty boyness, but you know what I'm saying. But I give it up like that, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, that's why me and my man Mib clicked too. Shout out to Mib. But yeah, man, that's kind of the background story of us. But as far as like me and R0m0 really clicking up, he got on house arrest, and his motion kind of slowed up with like Panama, and that's kind of matched my speed a little bit because I was like going to college at the time. And I would pull up to his aunt's crib, listen to beats, playing my music. He played me his music, and I ain't gonna lie, like his songs at that time that he was recording while he was on house arrest, I was blown away for real. And I was just like, it probably is very smart to like build a relationship with R0m0, you know what I'm saying? And like really like kind of like see the vision, because his shit was way more advanced than like the local shit was going on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I even seen like when I first heard him, he had a wavy ass 8-bar verse. I think it was on like a song that was like more R&B shit. Like but then like when he was playing me joints like that shit was like the hardest shit I ever heard in my life. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like probably to this day, the hardest shit I ever heard in my life. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, yeah, I better get with him. You know what I mean? And I already had my shit going too, so I figured like, yo, be a perfect little scenario. We both can just push. You know what I mean?
Perfect combination collection.
Yeah.
So from there, how did Moolah Gang come about?
I'll let R0m0 speak on that, because he was literally on his little computer with Bessie at his aunt's crib. That's when I started for real. Like he literally saw the vision at his aunt's crib, and he was literally making the logo right there. Like that long ago, it still looks the same way, except a little more sharpened. But
sharper,
like
cleaner,
literally, he saw that vision for so long, bro. So I'm gonna let him obviously touch on that.
So you came up with the name Moolah Gang?
So what happened was this, right? So Luco dead on. So my man D, he get indicted, and you know. And then Irv had just went in for his 5 to 10, and my man Flawless got killed down there. My man TB ended up going to Atlanta, and shit was just a mess. I'm on house arrest. It's just a really messy situation. So,
What was you going through in your head? Was you still thinking music was realistic?
oh
for
yeah,
you?
hell yeah. Like that's all the nigga had at that point. Like I was just like number one, like on some street shit. Like I'm on a little state case. You know what I mean? And my man's in the feds and all this shit. I'm on an ankle brace. So I'm just praying nothing comes up from
Right.
and I get tangled
Something
up in his
from your
shit. So I'm
past,
like a
yeah.
sitting duck. So the only thing I got to like kind of distract myself is music. So I'm like, all right, boom, we gonna do this music shit. Now at the time, like I still was tight with my. So actually, Flawless wasn't killed at that point. He was still alive because we rocked a little bit after. So the whole invention of Moolah Gang was like, I wanted to kind of make a way to still collaborate with Skis, Flaw, like all my city niggas, and also Luco. We was really the way it was is the way it still is right now. Is right like very strong minded, strong opinionated, strong branded people, like individuals, right? And it just got better when we collaborated, right? But it wasn't some shit like we started as a group. Everybody kind of had their
Everybody
own
was doing
shit.
their own
Yeah,
thing,
yeah, which made us better. Like honest to God, like it's like a bunch of independent contractors, like you know what I'm saying. So that's kind of like how it was. Moolah Gang Take Money actually, because I made 2 logos and shit. I even made an Ill County logo. If we talking about it, you know what I'm saying? I was logo make a motherfucker. You feel me? But so it's Take Money Moolah Gang. That was kind of like a way to like still interact and do some music with my guys. So if you listen to my first tapes, like Full Court Press, a lot of the music was from like the Panama studio. But I had my man Skis on there, my man Flawless on there, and that's kind of how it started. And it was around the time like there's Taylor Gang, there's Young Moolah, there's all kind of shit going on, and so me
It
and
was like
Luke,
the golden era of Pittsburgh hip hop, if you will.
yeah, and really, it was a play, right? Because I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. Coming from out here, right? I'll be around Wilkinsburg niggas and shit, all kind of niggas, and they would really try to like play with the fact that niggas is from the country for real.
Right,
You
yeah.
feel what I'm saying? So I was like, nah, Luco, fuck that. We embracing that shit. Like we live around cows and shit. We live rural shit. We drive pickup. We want to embrace that shit. I ain't running from that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So niggas used
that's
to,
fire.
you
Yeah.
feel me? You feel me, kills? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm
You
like,
leaned into it. Yeah.
but listen, country boys, like, fuck it, they
Yeah.
get money though. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, you can say what you want, but y'all niggas be out here trying to get money with niggas, or I pull up
Facts.
to the studio, I'm pulling up in Lexuses, Audis, and all that shit. I'm fresh out of high school, nigga. Like, but you know what I'm saying? So,
You know what type time it is.
yeah, so and my bro D, he was smart enough to know that. So he's from a small town. Hit a small town. Call it Brown, something. He said I was around so much they called me next to kin. They could never front on my Mexican. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cause like, he understood the power of where we're from. Like, honest to God, my nigga, until now, I feel like thank God, like our kids got a chance. Cause when we was coming up, only thing, if you wasn't selling drugs around here, you was a dickhead. I don't care what you got to say.
Yeah,
Cause it was like drugs, coal mining.
and sports.
You feel me? There was like
Yeah.
little industry. Like if not, you was hopping on that road and driving on 951 for a job. Like
Yeah.
there wasn't really a lot of shit around here. Like you know what I'm saying, and compared to the city and all, like the feds and shit, that kind of shit just now started hitting this kind of shit. Like 15 years ago, this shit like they got Ron Weathers up out of here, but he was the only because he was just.
So
And by the time they caught him, he was the biggest fish in the fucking East Coast. By the time they caught his ass, like, damn, you got this kind of money out here.
Right.
So like, so
there was parts of where we're from that state troopers couldn't even go to.
yeah.
The niggas would go crazy.
Yeah.
No, that's fire. So y'all came together and you just leaned the whole Moolah Gang thing came from being inspired by where you're from and just showing it off.
Yeah. Embracing that shit.
Yeah.
So running from
Yeah,
it.
we
you know what
flipped
I'm
it. Yeah. I was getting content. I don't know if you mentioned like we was just like kind of like not to be like anti-Pittsburgh, but we just didn't want to like ride that wave. You know what I'm saying?
That's where the whole Southwest
So
PA
we was
shit
just on
came
some
from.
like that's what kind of turned us up on some like cow shit, keeping it where we're from, making that shit look cool. We Southwest, you know what I'm saying? But we was always showed mad love to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh always had love for us. It wasn't on some shit like anti
It wasn't no
Pittsburgh.
beefing, yeah.
But we just wanted to obviously like bro have our own, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You wanted to be proud of
and
where you were
represent.
from.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You know, it's Luke on point. Like, bro, it be snarky shit, but niggas respect the niggas and niggas fuck with each other. It just was like, listen, I'll give you a great example. They didn't want to claim Wiz. They didn't want to claim Wiz until that nigga blew up.
Yeah, 100%.
Then they was like, oh yeah, he from the Berg. Like nigga, they was like, you an army brat.
Yeah,
You know
from North
what I mean?
Dakota.
Like, bro, if you,
that
bro,
shit,
they don't even like, bro, they giving Duquesne and McKeesport niggas a hard time. Like,
Yeah.
nigga, if you
Real
ain't
shit.
from the East, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, nigga, the way I look at it and the way the world looks at it, though, I hit Atlanta, I hit everywhere. Nigga, this is really just Steeler country.
Right.
Like, this is just, the Steelers unite everything from fucking the tip of Gans over down by West Virginia all the way to the Berg. Like,
Yeah,
it's still a country. You go to Atlanta, you go anywhere, they be like, nigga, how about them Steelers? Like, you feel
that's
me?
the first thing come up in conversation.
Yeah, you feel me? So it wasn't easy, but niggas respected us. We earned the respect of these niggas. You know what I'm saying? And it was cool, but at the same time, like, you know, we too cool for niggas to ever try to play with us. Like, if you don't want to say I'm from there, I ain't from there, nigga. I'm from where I'm from. Like, you feel me? So that's where that came from.
No, and I feel like that's the one thing that you guys that helped you stand out too, is because you were always very confident in what you were doing and who you were and what your brand was. And it seemed like very early on, like you guys had a good idea of what that was. You knew who you wanted to be. You knew what you wanted your mark to be in this. And you know what I mean? Shout out to Steel Wheels. He called y'all the Dipset of Southwest, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's very fitting. You know what I mean? Because a lot of y'all swag and y'all bravado is like Harlem to me. It reminds me a lot of Harlem niggas like Dame and those type of dudes.
Shout out to Steel Wheels for sure. Then.
Yeah, shout out to Steel Wheels, man.
Guy.
I got you on the varsity too, bro.
You want one of them jackets?
Oh yeah, he on my ass.
Yeah,
I
need to see. I need to see him in one of those
You
jackets.
feel me, bro?
Yeah.
He on my ass.
Sure.
You know you're gonna go crazy.
Mhm.
But that's one of the things that I always notice, and the fact that you lean into it so much, I think that's one of the things that appeals to just the masses. And I always say that about music. That's what makes us like music. Is I never been to New Orleans, but if I listen to Cash Money, if I listen to No Limit, like I know everything about it.
Yeah.
You know, I know the Calio projects. I know Woody. I know Round. You know what I mean? I can speak like I've been there. I ain't never been there before in my life.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what makes it appealing. I never been to Compton, but I know Slauson. I know about the swap meet down. You know what I mean? Like because that's the stuff that they tell you. Like that's what Dre did. They took you into their world, and I believe that's what you guys do for Fayette County. That's what you do for Brownsville, the pub, Uniontown. You know what I mean? I feel that's what y'all doing for Fayette County. Is bringing people into this world, you know what I mean, and letting them know that real things happen here. Yeah. And, you know what I mean? You got real stories to tell, which has always been a strength of what y'all do is y'all tell them stories. So, Moolah Gang comes about. Y'all make the designs, you start doing stuff. How did you have the foresight to really start printing out CDs and doing the merch? Because you guys were doing this shit before it was the thing to do, or motherfuckers around here was really doing it. Like, what made y'all come about with the idea of we need physical copies and all this shit? Did that come from the Panama time? Well, like you see how they operated?
I'll say this, right? The strong suit to us is this, right? Like we always try to line our shit up against what's really happening in the industry. Right. So like Who Kid, Flex, like all the way you was getting music was them CDs.
Yeah.
All that Dipset, all that G Unit shit, that was all like, so we always tried to move and compete and be like, you know what I'm saying? It's like if you look the part, you sound the part, you know what I mean? Then you the part. And that's always to this day. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, I never entertained nothing locally on some, not on no disrespectful shit. It's just like, bro, if you were worried about what people are talking about here, you gotta somewhat gauge that shit. But at the end of the day, your scope's too small.
Yeah, there's 300 million Americans.
Yeah, like there's you feel me?
About a couple hundred.
Exactly, right. And it's like I have a so my man, he was a partner in Panama, and he said some shit to me, like little shit like this, bro, is like really would develop my thought process. He was like, listen, like someone like S Money, right? You take S Money versus
S
like
Money in the government gang.
Yeah. Shout out to Moolah, that's my man. But at the time, there's no disrespect. He's just giving perspective, right? He's like, yo, Pittsburgh got 300,000 people in it, right? S Money is the man here, right? But you go to Philly, they got 3 million people, and it's me like just per cap, just the volume and the
The reach you can have
Yeah.
in that area. Yeah.
So listen, and he's telling me because he's these niggas is moving around New York, Atlanta, LA, they moving around, and they're like, yo, they're judging you, right? If they're judging you based off of like how much support you got, because this shit is a business. How many people gonna buy your CDs, pull up to your show, blah blah blah. So based off of just the size of where you're from, you don't have the edge that Meek or Jeezy got. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that, and I'm like, nigga, I'm from Brownsville.
Yeah.
I'm from like, if they're A city, B city, I'm Z city. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I got a lot of work to do. Like, you know what I mean? I get my little group of people that fuck with me here, but we moving on to like, that's where the whole Pittsburgh adventure started. Like, we gotta like hit some
Get
bigger
around,
markets
gotta
and
move
like,
around,
yeah,
yeah.
you feel what I'm saying? Like, so little shit like that just really shaped the way that I look at this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hell yeah. No, and that is important. Like you said, like some people be so small minded, they think about just where they're from. And I always like to say, there's no little league in music. You know what I mean? There's no minor league in music. You know what I mean? You're either competing with Jay-Z or you're not. You're either competing with Dirk or you're not. You're either competing with Drake because they don't got no little league for that shit, bro. You're either major or you're not major.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Real shit.
And that's what people fail to realize. So your sound got to sound like the sound that's coming out the radio. And that's what you're saying is basically you understood that early on that, you know what I mean, it's cool what everybody else is doing around here, but I'm trying to be somewhere different.
Superstar J gotta have our CDs.
Right.
Shout out to Luco. He was one of the first people and listen, that wasn't my influence. He hit me and was like, yo, I got bro and them, they about to do my joint. Was it Mixtape Mondays? Run that down.
Yeah, no, Superstar J was MTV DJ of the Year that year.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
We did a lot of stuff with Gucci.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I feel bad. I almost forget how I got connected with him, but I know there was a guy named Big T who kind of was my liaison between him and Superstar J, and it was good business, bro. And it made me definitely kind of come across like, you know, it's like someone doing something out here. Like that's what, you know, R0m0 was impressed by that. And I remember my man DJ Motorman, they had a little management company at the time, and I was their number one artist on their management team.
Okay.
So they took me to a show out the city, and I was in the they wanted me to meet Wiz, like, yo, meet Wiz. So this is like maybe like when he just first got signed to
Warner Brothers.
Warner
yeah,
Brothers
but he was scorching.
Say yeah.
He was still
Say
kind of
yeah
underground
era.
though. Yeah, he was still kind of underground, and he was super cool. Like I'm like for real, super cool. We exchanged mixtapes, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Superstar J's hard." Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like it just was working
Added
out.
validity
You
to
know
what
what I'm
you were
saying?
doing.
Exactly,
Yeah.
So
bro.
that's the point. You see that? Like that's
By doing something on a professional level,
yeah, it automatically just earned him a stripe, more
Right.
respect.
more
Because that's what
credibility.
Wiz, who's also like he's going into the pros, and that's what he's doing.
Right.
So that's like, yo, you doing the same shit that the niggas. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's our whole mentality to this day. Like, bro, like all love to everybody, bro. Like I ain't on no disrespectful shit. I genuinely, from my heart, I'm at a place in my life now where I wish well for everybody.
Yeah.
But like, my nigga, don't ever just sit here and play yourself and think that you just gonna compete with the people that's around you and something in your life is gonna change. It's not.
Right.
We're just not here. Like
You
I'm
wanna
saying,
be the
even
biggest
if-
fish in a little pond. or
yeah,
what?
even like now, I'll give niggas this much because we leaned on it for a while. You got the internet now,
Yeah.
but you got to be very fucking creative, like to make that work. So if and 90% of the niggas ain't willing to do that kind of work, like sit there and see how to grow organically, blah blah blah. So at the end of the day, my best advice if you watching this shit is just compete with the pros, bro. I don't go fuck. Like if you gotta stack your money, like go record where they're recording at. That's you heard the story with Meek, like Meek in Miami recording where Ross was recording at. It just increases the odds. That's how he got on with Ross. Like you
Right,
feel what I'm saying?
right.
You gotta put yourself in the game.
In those rooms.
You gotta put like literally that was our slogan. It's like, yo, we gonna put ourselves in the game.
Yeah.
We gonna put ourselves in the game. We gonna put ourselves in these places and position.
Now let me ask y'all, like, with that being said, and all that stuff about putting on from where you're from, did you feel like, rather it be like out in the open or you know subconsciously, do you feel like there was a lot of people who didn't want you to win from the city for that reason, or do you feel like there was people who were like fighting what you were doing? Like I said, rather it be out in the open or in the background. Did
Yeah.
you feel like there was people who didn't want you to win because you weren't from where they were from?
Yeah, oh nah, listen, so if you want to hear a funny story, my niggas that everybody in this room was there. Niggas won that Pittsburgh Hip Hop Award. Them Berg niggas was hot. I ain't never gonna let y'all niggas live that down.
Yeah.
Y'all was hot. We was up on that stage looking like Dipset or some crazy. They was like, who the fuck?
Nah,
Yo, kill. They was hot. They was hot.
Niggas
No
gonna
cap.
say like we want a
You hear
grade.
me? Listen, niggas was hot.
Nah,
Man. Yo,
it's
who
hot.
these niggas?
Was
You
that
these
the joint-
niggas?
was that the joint at the
But-
Westin?
Yeah. Facts. And like,
yeah.
But
you know,
there's
shout
niggas
out.
that show love too.
At the same time,
yeah.
definitely.
So.
So like,
Fact.
so if we're talking specifically to like being in other areas and making a
Yeah,
name
yeah.
for ourselves, for sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, in all things you do, there's going to be some opposition, some shit that's going on that like don't really want to. It's we grew through a lot of shit. Like that's just shit you go through. You understand. Like at the time, you may not understand. You know what I'm saying? You know why, blah blah blah. But like, bro, that's just part of this shit. There's gonna be. I almost feel like you can't even have nothing good if there ain't no opposition to it.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
I don't even feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's gonna be some kind of opposition to it. But
Anything worth having is worth fighting for, so you gotta have some type of struggle with it.
yeah,
Facts.
No, for sure. So we're in the Moolah gang. You guys click together. When the Kills coming to the picture, Kills been quiet over there, so we gotta throw you in the mix. You got the mic, man.
Here you go.
When the Kills coming to
I
the
don't
picture,
even know if this mic on.
it's on.
It's on.
Yeah, for sure. You're in.
Yeah, if you don't sound good, let us know. You know what I mean?
Oh, I got pull it close.
You gotta hear my boy.
That's the best mic for real. That one.
Shit. Damn. When I come in,
man.
we was doing them shows down the VFW for real,
Mm-hmm.
and we was
Was you already
I don't
familiar
know.
with them before you seen them? At the
nah,
Yeah.
We was now mind you, the first time I like really like my recollection of them for real was whenever the Freeway show came around.
show? Okay.
They performed down there. Press did the Please joint. I remember that. They was in there looking like they was from Harlem and all that. Niggas had the Gucci scarves all on their head and all that. This nigga changed his fit. He's so Hollywood. He changed his fit. He's so Hollywood.
I was confused. He didn't tell me. You know what
He
I'm saying?
changed his fit.
Yo, I remember being in the bathroom. We trying to get him, but I remember being in the bathroom right after he switched. And I just looked like
Wait, what? This nigga?
I forgot that happened.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
I forgot, that's crazy.
But that was at like a
What up,
time. That was at like a time where
Yo,
me
what up,
and
Bobby?
Tizo, we was a part of the same squad called Gamekeepers. Gamekeepers. Gamekeepers / Black Fam. Yeah.
Shout out Game.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the homies and all that. And that was one of the first shows we didn't end up performing and all that.
So origin stories of Gamekeepers, man. That's legendary shit for real. That's,
Yeah.
Man,
Tizo in the
really,
building,
really,
Game's in the building.
really
Y'all can
just
tell, y'all
some-
can tell that story.
Y'all
really
some
just
Fayette
some-
county pioneers for real. So y'all gotta tell the story.
really just some childhood niggas just in love with music. And for me, for real, like, I might have been like kind of like one of the late ones, but I was always in love with
Around,
music
yeah.
and wanted to do it. But I feel like whenever I came around the homies, and shout out to S. Jones, like he
Shout
was
out to S.
he was
Jones.
doing something. He was doing something. He was like the first producer for real. I was like, damn, niggas making beats and all that. So he was like the first one that like opened my eyes. And the niggas was kind of like making raps and shit. But
Was you always rapping, or was you always?
Nah,
was you
I
behind
wasn't-
Was you behind the scenes with the producing? Shit?
nah, that I feel like we all did. I feel like Jones was the first one, and we all started at the same time. Like we all started at the same time, and all was teaching each other shit. Like we was at Jay Vicious crib with Fruity Loops.
Yeah.
Jones was the main producer, but all of us was taking a swing at that shit.
Yeah.
We was recording on Magic, shit like that. Like we was just all learning that shit
Experimenting.
together and teaching each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how that shit came about. To the point where, like, you know what I'm saying, we was getting a little bit of buzz because we had some little credible shit. There wasn't too many niggas rapping.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? Like it was easy for
Yeah.
the word to get around, like, oh, these niggas rap.
The interject,
You know what I'm
just
saying?
and hop back into it. The interject. I just want to give y'all credit. Y'all was going down the city. Y'all was Joe Mama's house, right? Is that where it was? Y'all was?
Yeah, we started
Your mom's
that.
house,
Yeah,
your
that
mom's
came
house, your
in.
mom's house.
Yeah, that came in. Yep,
Yeah,
around
yeah,
the.
yeah,
Yep,
Who was y'all-
for sure.
Who was y'all recording with down there? Your mom's house.
Nah, we was recording with our man Corey. Yeah, we was.
I had,
Lamar French from Folk.
I had Los down here. That's what I was just about to touch on. I
Yeah.
had Los down here, and Lamar French Folkland. They at your mom's house. All
Yeah,
cool.
but that's
I definitely
crazy.
wanted
You
to
mentioned
shout out them
that's
boys.
crazy. You mentioned that shit because like we ended up doing the shows down the VFW and all that to the point like we was just back to back on each other's sets for real. Like we was on stage for each other's sets and shit. I remember
So
I
y'all
ended
started
up
getting close through the music.
yeah for sure through the music and shit. And for real like the after spot used to be kicking it at like Eaton Park and shit.
Oh
So
yeah,
we link up at Eaton
That
Park and
nigga
shit.
was crazy.
We link up at Eaton Park and shit. And
Man, rest in peace, Eaton
Luco had
Park.
a tape out. I forgot what it was called. What was it?
One of
It's
the
my
Oscar
time or
Awards.
some
What was the
shit
name
like
of the
that.
tape?
It was my time. Something he was holding the bottle. It was my time, like some New Year's shit.
YDIC joint.
Yeah, but I ended up buying this tape. I bought his tape from him. I was like, I fuck with your shit, and we ended up linking up
You
from
remember
that.
that? You remember when he
You
bought
know what
the
I'm
tape?
saying? So
Yeah, no, me and Kill definitely linked. Honestly, I met Kill.
Yeah, it was them two first.
I met
like,
Kill,
yeah, for sure.
and I was like, damn, like I ain't gonna lie, like the thing about the local scene at the time, there were some people that was trying to do Fruity Loops and was actually making some cool, dope shit, but it was really sounding like the OG
Fruity
Loop
Loops,
sounds,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I met Kills, and I heard some of his beats, and I was like, damn, there's literally this the first person I came across that actually sounds fire with the beats. Like,
Sounds
wow,
like
we
professional
really can
shit.
do some shit with
Yeah.
these. You know what I'm saying? So I connected with him, and I ain't gonna lie, I told Remo like, bro, we gotta have Kills down with us, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
know like
That shit
obviously
just-
like he had his
that
motion
shit
and
just
shit,
clicked
but
like that.
yeah. And then we Kills had a tape out that was kind of like a compilation, and he produced some shit for me, and he gave Remo this My Life Is So Real joint.
Yeah, my life is
And
so
that My
real.
Life Is
Talk
So
about that.
Real.
It's crazy you said my
You know,
mom's
that
house
gotta be a
because
topic for real. My
all
Life Is So
that
Real.
shit was
Real.
going on. Like the music was going on. Like I ended up recording a tape before. Shout out to Norm. Shout out to Champ, man.
Yeah,
'cause
shout out
What
to
up,
Champ.
He beat
We
your
did it
shit.
like-
Shout out to
That's my
Champ.
guy.
Shout out
caught
to
like a
Big
little
Norm.
10-hour block. We was down your mom's house. We banged all this music out, and that ended up being a compilation I put out called Ready or Not.
Yeah.
Bruh ended up. This when we first linked up. Bruh ended up getting me my artwork for that shit, all that shit. We all ended up dropping tapes at the same time.
Yeah, no, I was
Yeah.
on.
what I'm
What
saying?
was it? So fresh, so something like that.
Yeah,
like
we
one
was
of
Yeah, Hop Out Fresh.
We all
Hop
hopped
Out
on
Fresh.
it, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Hop Out Fresh. But that
Yeah,
shit was
but
fire
it
as
just
hell. No, that
it
shit
ended
was
up
fire.
linking on some nut shit, just town shit, doing the shows, and niggas just
Yeah.
fucking with each other
Mutual
for real, just
respect.
mutual
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Niggas was
Yeah.
on the same
Because
time.
Kills always had swag, bro.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
obviously like that kind of was like the same shit that I mean Remo clicked with. Like I knew that like that clicked, that just clicked.
fit
So
the
you know what I'm saying? So the minute Remo and Kills met each other and shit, it was on. Obviously, like I said, the first shit they did was My Life So Real.
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
shit
we
was
got
definitely-
together. It was making some heat.
I think y'all wrong.
Okay.
Man, go ahead, Tizo.
Vintage.
Tizo know his shit too.
Vintage.
Vintage, yeah, we
Vintage,
definitely.
bro.
I worked for
Tizo
Kills
said
on
vintage.
I think
He
that
said
Oh yeah,
vintage.
the Jay Z joint.
the
Let me
vintage
tell
joint.
you why.
Yeah, the Jay Z
Jay-Z.
joint was the first one
You
joint.
put the tap to the Jay Z joint.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you why. Cause I'll never forgive y'all. Forgive y'all. Cause we wanted that beat, bro.
Yeah.
KC.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, no, this is crazy.
Uh-huh.
And Kills was like, no, yo, YD. He was YD at the
YD,
time.
YD, yeah.
Yeah, now I know why you had this one beat that was crazy, but you wouldn't give it to me. You probably hold that against me. Because I ain't never heard you do a song that I one beat I wanted. You know what I'm saying? But listen, man, we was hungry, not thirsty, man. Like we was really working. We was on a grind, and our attitude was just like take money. It was take money, Moolah gang. Like you know what I'm saying. That still was the mentality. Like yo, we gonna take this shit over, bro. So no offense to Tizo, but I was like, yo, no, this is what, like what, no what. I already got a DJ scratching on it right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yo,
Nah, listen, the funniest part to this day, we all put each other in positions that we are getting grinded up. I know Kills is getting grinded up. You giving them niggas the beats. You giving
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, bro, to this day, niggas say, Kills goes get them niggas the hardest beats. Like, bro, same shit. Like, I put Kills in the blender. Be like, yo, where the fuck are them clothes at? Teams are calling me. Yo, motherfuckers on my ass about these clothes, man. Where you at, bro? Well, I got answer for this. Like, yo, that's our thing. We always put our niggas in the blender.
Was
Yeah,
it was that
It's like
tough, Kills? Like the fact that you were doing music from dudes that weren't from town. Like, was that tough for you when you were in town, or niggas just already knew what it was?
No, I wasn't tripping about that shit.
Yeah.
It was all love. And I'm gonna keep it 100. It was like at a point where like the GK shit it was kind of dying down,
Right.
like to the point where I was the only one doing the music,
Right.
and I was really doing music with my little cousin them. Shout out Young B and them. I
Yeah,
ended up
yeah,
doing
yeah.
music
Yeah.
with Young B and Lulu and Gunner.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like shout out my man Sizzle, shout out Gunner, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I ended up doing
Shout out
music
Gunner,
with
Young
them.
B, for sure.
And I ended up kind of being the only one still doing music. Not saying
They
the
weren't
members
doing it.
wasn't
Yeah,
doing it,
yeah.
but it was just like I was kind
not
of
at the
one.
pace that you wanted.
Yeah, not even that. It's just like I don't know. Something just happened to where like I don't know. Shit probably just happened. I don't know. Shit probably just happened.
Everybody sound like while we were a group, everybody had their own individual.
Yeah.
sound.
It's
Right.
crazy because I couldn't even tell you how that shit happened, bro. I just know it just ended up happening to where like niggas was on their own shit, and I just ended up linking up through them.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
kept it
Because
moving.
even the records I was doing, like it was with Young B and shit. Like it was shit from Ready or Not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah,
Nah,
I don't know, to the point where we just ended up, bruh. It's crazy to say.
So-
I still will say ended up like niggas just ended up like Dipset, bruh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
It
Luco
was
touched on
crazy. Like
something
we always looked at as like we was for some. As soon as we linked,
before anybody else even stamped it.
bruh, we was on that.
Yeah,
Like we came from the same shit, so we was all three already. I think that's why it worked, because we was all three
Yeah,
already
all
on the
three-
same
Three
shit.
different hoods, like Luca really.
Yeah, we was
from
on
the
the
pub
same shit.
area and shit. Kills from town, and I'm from Brownsville, but we was the same three human beings at that moment. At that moment,
Yeah,
like you know
we
what I
was
mean?
on the
At that
same shit.
At
For
that
sure.
point in time, niggas was on the same exact thing. So
And
it's
they
just like
was
organic
putting me
music.
on to a lot of shit. They put me on to a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Shout out
Yeah.
to Luke.
Vice
over
versa
on
though
my for real.
too, because Kills always had his.
They put me on to
Yeah,
a
no,
lot of
facts.
shit,
right
bro.
around town and shit.
Like,
that,
cause
you know
shout out,
what
what was the shit? No, hold on, cause what? She wanna D boy.
Yeah, she wanted
Me and Tito pulled up. Like they doing,
Yeah.
Yeah,
they doing video
Yeah,
shoots
videos,
with
yeah.
niggas who got credentials with MTV and
Yeah,
all that.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, dog, like he wasn't on that. We
Yeah.
wasn't even thinking like that. The most we was really doing was printing out CDs, because we was doing that, and then like doing a little show
Yeah.
for a party or something.
yeah.
But we wasn't even thinking
Wasn't
about
even
shit
thinking
like
about
video
videos, no
shoots
type
and shit like that.
shit,
We
yeah.
was not thinking like
I
that, bro.
knew they was different when we pulled up.
For real.
And they had the camera on the tracks, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the movie camera.
And-
Yeah, yeah.
And we was really waiting there. We was waiting there. I'm like, nah, this shit, they must be doing some real shit.
Bro, I swear,
Cause
man.
we at Elmo's all day.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
We
for
supposed to
real.
be in the video,
first time.
like,
They
kicking
showed me
it.
some shit.
And I'm watching the production while we in the video. Like we being
You ain't even
shot.
paying attention.
We
to
being
that.
shot.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Real shit.
I'm watching the camera go like this. It's on the track. I'm like, this is
Yeah. I gotta give it to them. They was advanced for real.
Facts, bro.
That's
Yeah, for
what's
sure.
up, man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah,
And
for
also
sure.
Kills come in the picture. And that's some of my favorite combination is Kills and R0m0, like a Kills beat with R0m0 in there. And you talked about My Life Is So Real. All I do is cook dope up. Talk about that song, bro. You did a video for that too. Going down the turnpike. I can't find that
I
shit
shot that
nowhere.
video.
Shout out to
shot
Luca.
it.
Legends first video.
Damn, what that was on the flip?
Where the camera at? Where the
That
camera
was
at?
before the flip.
Camera.
No, it was a flip. That was a flip cam.
Flip cam.
Was
Flip
it
cam.
for real?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so the wild thing about me and Kills is this, right? Kills lived next door to my blood brother and shit. So I always seen Kills. Like I come for
Mhm.
the summers and shit, and I always seen I'll be up on Varndale and I always seen Kills. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we ended up linking. That's what I'm saying. Like all of this, it's like, yo, it's people may not even understand, like, to this day, me and Tizo was just having a conversation. Tizo been around that long too. Young B was in our first fucking TV commercial. Like niggas really
So-
been rocking with each other for a long time. I had the flip video trying to stop Young B from going crazy, you know, Baby D and them from going crazy at the Q Money shoot. You know what I mean? Like
So-
you know what I'm saying? Like so we really been. It's just like a stew. Like you know what I mean? Everybody just been
brewing.
floating around and
Yeah.
fucking with each other and having their own kind of relationships and shit. And then at the time, I was a nigga, right? So boom, at the time, East Coast music's dominating shit. It's all about bars, soulful shit like that, right? But then you started seeing like this whole Atlanta, like around the time T.I.,
Yeah.
trap music, Jeezy, all that kind of shit. And Kills was a nigga, right? So I'm gonna give you my insight and I'll let them speak on it more.
Yeah, yeah.
But from an artist, right? There was like these producers that could do samples and shit, right? And niggas was making some hard shit. But Kills was a nigga that was making beats out of all original instruments, and that was so crazy at the time. It's like, yo, this nigga's really making these beats, and there's no samples in them.
Yeah.
He's crazy. And for me, what helped me, like me and Luca, our collective's idea was always like hot boy shit. So hot boy shit was the trap shit, like the tap and the beat. So Kills would make them shits, and I would hit them little different cadences and shit like that. So it was just like magic every time. Like he just, you know what I mean? He make that shit up, bouncing on that shit, and which wasn't common back then. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I was around niggas were still
Fact.
rapping and
They
having
was still
vocal
trying to
shit.
do bars. Like,
Yeah. But like we understood like what the wave of what was coming, like with the sound. It's like, bro, that the like fuck what the niggas was rapping about. Like Lil Wayne changed it from a rap perspective. T.I. was hard as fuck too.
Yeah, no.
Right? But like Lil Wayne changed it from a rap perspective. But at the time where they was killing niggas was the beats. It's like undeniable because bitches like girls ain't want to hear niggas rapping hard as fuck. Like you know what I mean,
If
they
you're in
want
the
to
club,
bounce
if
and
you're
shake
in
their
the
little. You know what I mean?
club,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's how me and Kills Magic really started. He was like the first nigga up top, making like around here, like making them joints with bounce. Like we used to call it the tap. Like bro, throw that
Yeah,
tap
you
on
got that
shit.
tap.
You know what I'm saying?
It was slim around here around them, bro.
How'd you find that sound? Like you said, sampling was heavy. You know, everybody.
And he
wanted
could
to
do
be
that
on
too. He was
bars.
crazy as
Yeah,
fuck at
I
that.
ain't
And
gonna
then
lie.
he'd mix them, and it'd be really crazy. You'd be like, holy fuck.
I ain't
this
gonna
kid's
lie.
a
When I
prodigy.
first came in, like you know, like bruh, our era, you know, our shit was really sample shit.
Yeah.
Rock,
We want to hear the Just Blaze Kanye.
rock,
shit.
all that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Mhm.
So I was really turned out on that. But at the same time, whenever we was first making beats, we wasn't sampling. We was making shit from scratch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And then we figured out how to sample.
That came
Yeah,
later
I'm
on.
saying,
Still
like-
slutty with a sample. To
Yeah,
this day,
for sure.
Still slutty
Like
with a sample.
my process is
Versus
probably
Lizzo's
slutty
process
as
versus
shit.
Chizo's process.
Yeah,
Holy
like the
moly.
way I sample is like, but it works for me and it helps me make heat too on an accident.
Right.
Like I make a lot of crazy shit on an accident because of my process though.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So like
Fact.
I'll run with that, but I don't know, bro. It's just that love for music for real, like. And I'm just in that fine line of music, like with me, like I came up on a time where lyrics was a thing, and then like I feel like sound was kind of a thing. Like once the South came in,
Yeah, once you
So,
got Gucci and them and show,
yeah,
you didn't
and-
really
and-
have,
and
as long
then-
as you was just real
and
as
then
fuck
just
with a
me
beat.
being a producer, being a fan of I'm just a fan of sound.
Right.
Like you know what I'm saying, like
Just
even
like shit to sound.
yeah,
good.
fire. Like it could be lyrical. It's all about sound. If that
Yeah.
shit's fire, it's fire to me on the sound. Like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to make all that type of shit. To the point I fell in love with them type of producers. I was damn near studying them motherfuckers to Just Blaze, the Heat Makers, all that to the South niggas like Shorty Red, Drummer Boy, all them.
Yeah.
I was just like, I want to make that type of shit. So it was really on some shit to the point where I was mocking they shit.
Right.
And then to the point where I was able to just
Put your own.
put
spin
my
onto
own
it.
shit on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I
Yep.
love that. So y'all come together as a collective. So who's the original members of Moolah Gang? If I can, like,
So like I said, it was really the very, very infancy. I mean, talking 1 to 2, 3 months old. It was really like I said,
Feel it
Moolah
like
Gang
it's y'all
Take Money,
too.
and I had like yeah.
Feel
Well,
like
I had
it was
my,
feel like
I
it was
had my
them two
man-
and then
I had my
Lou.
man Flawless though. Like it was
Okay, you
Flawless was really
Take Money,
important
yeah,
at that
sure.
time. Yeah, that was the very infancy, and then
I feel,
It's-
like,
it was
I
like-
feel like it was D Lane too.
D Lane too.
'Cause
Yeah,
you had a
niggas
presence
on
in Manessa, and you
Yes.
think about it, like
yes. Please,
Roma was like,
Come on,
Roma was
yeah.
we
Yeah,
went
shout
to a
out
house- we
Lizzle.
went to a house party one time in Manessa, and me and Roma, and it was D Lane's birthday party.
bro.
And
Talk
it
about
was-
recipes, white bread. Talk
Yo,
about it.
it was, you know what I
Madness.
mean? So anyway, and I got love down Monessen because I was already kind of rocking with some Monessen cats, so I kind of had a few cool people down there, and when we walk in the door and like they like you would have thought Roma was like Young Dolph or something, dog. Like you know what I mean? Like he
they
came
was
in.
showing love.
Oh my god, bro! Like I was like, damn, like they really fuck with Romo like that, bro. And then they played "Please," that song we were talking about earlier,
Yeah.
and they like running it back and shit like that, and like the whole basement was just shaking,
Going
bro,
up.
going crazy,
Going
bro. I
up.
wish I wish I had I was
Which
stripping,
one
not
was those
capturing
video
that shit
films?
back
Bro,
then.
what?
I must have left the flip at home. You know what I mean? But like,
the
yeah.
chocolate, it was an LG chocolate
Yeah,
at the
I
time.
don't know
You
the
feel me?
capability. Yeah, for sure, man.
LG
But,
chocolate.
You feel me?
So we was
Yeah.
rocking with D-Lane. D-Lane super nice. D-Lane super wavy. Shout
Yeah.
out to D-Lane.
Shout out to
Shout out to Suntown. But that was just, I just want to point that out because like that's like
Fact.
what R0m0's vision was like. You know, we got Brownsville, Republic, Uniontown, Monessen. Like we just have like literally like uniting for real, bro.
Right.
You know, the people that are on the same page, same wavelength, and just kind of like bigger with numbers. We were very like you know, for being young and having egos, we definitely like balance that well as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my credit for this right now. Right now. We're gonna timestamp this. Under my guidance was the first time there was town niggas, Brownsville niggas,
Yeah, for sure.
Monessen niggas, Berg niggas,
I ain't gonna lie.
Washington
At
niggas,
Washington,
had them
right.
all in
Where
the
at that
spot.
show?
There was
Where?
no niggas wasn't getting shot, killed, nothing. It was all like, cause before
Yeah,
that,
for sure.
Brownsville and town and
Monessen,
pub and
all
like
that shit,
Monessen,
yeah,
like
for sure.
it was all
it was
war zone, but,
opt
like,
out.
Sure.
through our little shit, the little shit we was doing, like linking up with D-Lane and them, linking up with Kills and them, and then we throwing shows at the Washington VIP and all that shit, bro. It was
Yeah, it
going
kinda
up,
helped
bro.
a
Like,
little bit, for
and
sure.
niggas, and it was straight because it like niggas had mutual respect between friends. Like, yo, this is my man, that's my man. All right,
Yeah, for
all we
sure.
on the same time, niggas back there smoking gas. Next thing you know,
Yeah,
you know
for
what I mean, bro? I promise you, it was like Southwest PA unity and peace with music. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. Like
Yeah.
they translated into real life things because like I said, bro, niggas was you know how it was, just little town rivalries and shit. Niggas
Yeah,
shooting
about
each other,
nothing.
fighting each other,
Yeah.
all that shit. So, facts.
So that's Moolah Gang, right? And that's the thing that also keeps you guys relevant because you're always willing to evolve. You know what I mean? It never stays one thing. It never stays the same. Even when it is the same thing, it changes. You know what I mean? Because you'll hear us slipping in and out of calling you YD. You know what I mean? And we're talking about Moolah Gang, which has turned into Cash Cow now, right? Which has grown into Cash Cow. What brought that about? Like, what brought the change in the name from Moolah Gang to Cash Cow? How did that come about?
So there was a couple different influences, but I'll give the credit to my man, Q from Most Dope.
Shout out Interview
And
Q, man.
Quentin
Interview
Q.
Q.
Yes, sir.
And so it was Moolah Gang, Cash Cows. It was all kind of shit. But Q just made it like, because I had Bessie and like niggas is rappers, right? So it's Moolah Gang, Moolah Gang. So, you know, I'm like, we playing off words and shit. But like Q's like, yo, bro, just make it simple so that like, if people don't know you, they understand what it is. Like, put the word cow in the shit. Like, you feel me? Like, so I was
Thinking
like,
like a different branding type.
yeah,
shit.
because it's like Moolah Gang.
completed. It was like completed. Like
Yeah.
Q really was good at that branding, and he understood us.
yeah, for sure.
So it was like that for him.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
talk about.
Yeah.
So before we get, I don't want to veer off too much from that, but we can talk about what is it? Money is Beautiful. What's the name of the
Yeah,
song?
Beautiful Money.
Beautiful
Beautiful
Money.
money, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful Money, because I'm sure that's how that relationship from Q. I'm assuming y'all can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
That's how that relationship with Q came about.
So it's funny because there's like multiple pathways. All this shit is like linear, bro. Like, so boom. At the time, I remember I'm talking to, so Luco has a relationship, right? This is what I'm saying, independent contractors, right?
Yep,
Everybody
everybody got
doing their
their-
own
yeah,
thing.
yep.
So Luco's always making sure he's pursuing what he got going on, right? And through that path, he told you he was fucking with Motor and all them. So that's how like he met my Barry and all them. He like developed a relationship through the on his own. Like he produced
are
for Mac
important
and all that
names.
shit.
Before we move too far, because those are important names, and let's make sure people know exactly what you're talking about. Talking about DJ Motor,
Yeah.
the Taylor Gang, DJ.
Mhm.
Yeah, for
You're
sure.
talking about Barry Hefner.
Yeah.
You know, 5-star. Fab Five.
Fab Five since
Fab
the 80s.
Five,
Yeah.
since the 80s, all that stuff. So
Mhm.
if y'all
Yeah.
not familiar with those individuals, definitely check that out. Oh, my bad.
No, you good for sure. So Luca kind of had his own pathway to that, and then I was reaching out to Artie Pitt.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Artie, which did a lot of help for Wiz Publishing. Artie was the one that helped people get into Double XL. For those who don't know,
yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
he was
so-
he was the roster
plug.
record.
Yeah.
Like him and Benji was
Hell
roster
yeah.
records.
exactly.
So like I had a pathway where I'm kind of like, yo, listen guys, like my bro, y'all know us because we used to be down the old ID labs. We ran into these niggas
Yeah.
at Panama and shit. So I'm like rapping to them like, yo, like I'm trying to do music and shit, and and this is who, you remember me from this, da da da. He's like, yo. So what happened was, at one point in time, they was willing to fuck with us, right? Like, fuck with what niggas had going on. Sometimes elapsed.
Is this Most Dope you're talking about?
This was Artie and Benji, right?
All right.
So mostly Artie. I could probably still dig up the emails. So he was willing to fuck with niggas, and then some time elapsed where I think it was around Cash Cow mixtape era. Like I had a mixtape called the Cash Cow mixtape, and he was like, "Yo, I can't." By the time I spun the block on him, he was like, "Yo, I can't really help you." Wiz is like, what was that that mixtape he dropped where
Deal or No Deal?
The one where it was like the little rectangle.
Power.
No, he had the little rectangular boxes. It was like him in multiple pictures or some shit.
Burn After Rolling.
Bruh.
That's what it is.
Is
Rolling
that what it was?
Papers?
No,
Rolling
Burn
Papers
After
later.
Rolling. We had the different pictures.
Yeah, because like long story short, he had just left.
Yeah.
This is how crazy this is in live time in real time. They was just leaving Warner, so whenever I talked to him, they was with Warner. The second time I talked to him, they was off of Warner. They was kind of independent for a little second.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they was like, "Yo, Wiz is going crazy. I don't have the time to like help you, bro. But I got some young homies that are helping us. I'm gonna introduce you to them, and blah blah blah." That ended up being Interview Q and Will Carlson.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Over there. So
shout out Will.
yeah. So Luca got a pathway into them. I got a pathway into them, and throughout that, I know Luca produced for Mac, and then through Interview Q and he really got with us on the I'm Heavy Honey Volume 1 era. And me and Luca was going down, and we was in the studio with Darrell Reeves, John Geiger, Mac, all that shit. Like it was crazy. God is good. Just the fact that I was in that, like, bro, and we still have good relationships with these people.
Sure.
Like a lot of people could take that bitter and be like, "Yo, why didn't I get on?" I'm just blessed. I don't go fuck. That was history. It's historical. Like, you know what I'm saying? That we got a chance. We was in the studio when he was recording Kids, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Like, bro, Darrell Reeves had a song called Facebook Girl. Like, yeah, nigga, I got the tapes, nigga. He was rapping on the low. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we was there. We seen that shit. To the point, we walk in the joint. Luca, like, I see, bro. I'm like, yeah. He's like, yo, you don't know who that is? I'm like, I don't know. Yo, that's Reeves Island, bro. It's Reeves Island. You don't fuck Reeves Island, bro. Like, he's Luca spazzing on him. I'm like, bro, I'm not on shit, dog. Like, Reeves Island, dog. It's Geiger, dog. You don't know who the fuck it is?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nah, bro. Should we put it to play some beats and talk about like some endeavors for real? You know what I'm saying? It was dope.
Yeah, that shit was, bro, beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
So throughout that relationship, we ended up getting it. That's what I'm saying. That's how much niggas fuck with us. We had a feature from Mac Miller for free, nigga. Yeah. That's how much.
And he smoked it. And he
smoked it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we was in the loop for real. Little ass town niggas was in the loop, like in heavy traffic. It was going.
And that's when, not to cut you off, R0m0, but that's when I noticed locally in Uniontown there was a younger generation that was like, oh damn.
Yeah.
Because they were looking at Mac and them like in awe. Yeah. So whenever they realized that we were rocking with them, it was like a whole nother level of energy and validity locally, because we already were doing our thing locally, but like it just kind of like another notch. You know what I'm saying, bro? Inspired another generation of kids, bro. It's just like, you fast forward to now, you see this shit's just continuing.
Yeah.
But I just want to point that out.
No, for sure, that's important, and that's why I was so excited to have y'all on here, because I think people need to know about this, and they need to know exactly the roles y'all played in the music and why people were doing the things and able to do the things they do now. Like, they don't even realize who the true pioneers are of this shit. So it's important that we bring y'all on here and show y'all love with that shit and talk about the evolution. And this is a sidebar. Go ahead, blow your mind, right? One of my favorite songs with you, is the joint with you and Quest had, the So Gone.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
that record was crazy.
So Gone.
That record was crazy.
With the germ beat that Mac ended up using later. Me and Quest talked about it on the show.
What do you think? I'm curious. You gotta tap in. You ain't gotta say, I'll tap in.
No, yeah, you gotta watch it. You gotta see it.
Yo, shout out to John Quest. That's my
shout out Quest, yo.
And Beatty.
That's my
yeah, for sure.
I got real love for John
let's
Quest.
talk about that, because you talked about Will. and y'all was in the realness video, right? Which was crazy.
58.
Shout out B.
Rest in
White.
peace, Mayo.
Yeah,
I love you,
That's
nigga.
dope.
That's
R.I.P.
my
Mayo,
fucking
man,
dog.
for
Rest in
real.
peace, Mayo.
Yeah.
Billy.
Mayo love. He show love
Shout
all
out to
day.
Bro,
all,
I'm
shout
trying to
out to
tell
all
you.
the 58s, man.
Yeah, for
Fran
sure.
did my first episode.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Yeah,
shout
shout
out
out all
Fran,
them
show me
boys,
love,
man.
bro.
Shout
Yeah,
out all
shout
them
out to
boys,
Fran,
for
man.
real.
Fran, mad love,
Ghosty,
Fran,
Ghosty
boys,
just hit
man.
me the other day.
Shout out on them
All
boys, for sure.
Facts.
And they-
But
they had-
definitely
they had
rest
y'all
in
in the
peace,
video.
Mayo, though.
Yeah,
That's
hell
my
yeah.
nigga,
Because
bro.
Mayo made sure Mayo was like, yo, we ain't shooting next scene until Romo here.
Yeah.
Like, give him another 10 minutes. Rex Eric can wait.
Yeah,
like, Mayo
bro,
was like
yeah.
really passionate
Took it
about
extra for
shedding
us,
light
yeah.
on us and what we
Yeah.
had going on.
Yeah,
And that's why we
sure.
rock with him for real, bro.
Yeah.
Like, shout out to Mayo.
Yeah.
Mayo,
R.I.P.
58.
Mayo.
B White, all of them. We rock with all of
Yeah,
them.
B.
But
White,
yeah,
all
but
them
Mayo
boys,
was just
for real.
special, bro. He was a wild boy. That boy.
Yeah, that's what everybody says, man.
Mhm.
So you know it's true. Definitely shout out to him, man.
Shout out to Batman Gunman, too. Just
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
Mayo would have probably shouted you out.
Ben
bro,
for that.
man.
Come on,
Ben
let's
for
get it.
that.
We're
Yeah,
gonna talk
sure.
about
Yeah,
it.
for real.
Yeah, for sure.
So y'all doing that. You're in the studio with people like Mac, doing business with guys like Artie, all the players, all the real players. You're seeing this going on. What's the feeling like at that time for y'all? What is it feeling like?
Honestly?
musically? Where's your head at that time?
Honestly, this is gonna sound crazy, right? Because we were just trying to find our, like, we didn't fit in. Like, everybody loved and respected us, and like to the point, as B White to this day, like the best spitters down there, they respect the niggas, bro. They fuck with niggas, but just think
Facts.
about the scene you just described. There's a lot of boom bap going on
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah.
A lot of stoner shit going. Like, you know, the thing about Pittsburgh that's unfortunate is like, it's a small city. You can't walk outside and find somebody that's gonna change your life.
Right.
These people have relationships that kind of like, you know, they got plugs in LA, New York. They doing all these different kind of things. We didn't have access to that. So it was more like everybody knew, like we did, like, and honestly, it almost, see, some of the winners at the time. Now, mind you, I'm not saying they conformed because that was really their shit, but a lot of the winners, if you think about it, all right, nigga, you from let's just give an example of St. Louis. If you hopping in and you sounding like right there and you fit in with the brand of what that place identifies as,
Right.
it's easy to put you on, right? Like, we're rapping on some East Coast trap beats. We're doing all kind of hot shit, different shit. Niggas is making stoner records, boom bap records and shit like that. So our wave was just a little bit like, almost like commercial rap versus like the Pittsburgh sound at the time.
Right.
So if I'm being honest, like what was going on is like, we was just trying to make a way. It was like, I felt like Jim Jones used to say that shit all the time, like, yo, we your favorite rapper. Like, at the time, all the rappers that was turned, they loved us, nigga. Like, they was respected us. Like, we did shows with them and we earned their respect. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we had places jumping, like, nigga.
Yeah,
people
they
jumping out
showed
their
us
shoes
love
in
in
this
the city,
motherfucker,
for
you know what I'm
sure.
saying? But like, it just like, it's almost like, and we was touring. We're young and cocky. Like, now, me being a shrewd businessman at the time, like now, my old me, I'd be like, nigga, I'm rapping on nothing but this kind of shit. And I'm gonna squeeze in right after this shit. And then as I get in, maybe I'll switch up the sound and shit like that. But like, we was young and like, we gonna do us. Like, we could really do it all. Don't get it fucked up. Like you said, some of the records you love, we hop on records with Vinny and Fran and all them, like, and compete and be in that sound and in that world, but it just wasn't our main shoe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was just something we could do and we would do. You know what I'm saying?
You got the versatility. to
Right,
do it.
right. We had diversity, and that's really, if I could articulate it anyway, that was the worst part. Is that when you're so versatile, you got so many different sounds.
It gets tricky.
Sometimes you gotta pick one to break the break. You feel what I'm saying? And we was literally all over. We did what we love. Like, Kills made a hot joint. We doing that shit. You make a East Coast Dynasty intro type beat. We doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like we just love music. So we was just, you know what I'm saying? A little all
Ain't
over
really
the place
no
with that shit.
And the other curse with being versatile, somebody might just hear that one thing from you,
And they think
that's
what
what
you
you
are.
are.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
and they'll
yeah.
put you in that box, and they're like, "Oh, this is what bro does," not knowing you got many different flavors.
Yes,
So
bro.
it is a gift and a curse at the same time.
Yes.
For
Yeah,
sure.
sure.
No, I appreciate that, man, for sure. So, Cash Cow, Tamula Gang, you said Q talked to you about it and said, like, drive the point home. Like,
Yeah.
don't play with it, drive it
Yeah,
home.
make it straightforward. And he was like, yo, y'all, the way we move was always like very, he was like, man, y'all just like a bunch of bosses. Like, y'all just got this aura with y'all that, like, y'all move and like, so he understood like y'all are like cash cows. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all from out there, like, bro, that's it. And we align. You right, Q. You know what I'm saying? We understand you. So that's
was that
kinda
scary? Was it scary making the transition? Because
it ain't never scared. Like
you already built
That
something
shit,
on this.
already it made too much sense.
Yeah.
It didn't even affect nothing. It was just like, damn, that
It was a
shit,
smooth transition.
that shit should have been that.
Right.
And at that
Like,
time,
for real, like
at the time, bro, like if you could really get in our world, we was always on that new shit. Like we was the, like, if there was a new Luco dropped YouTube videos with Gucci belts and all this shit. This is the kind of shit Tiger was doing or something, or so, like, you know what I mean? Like we wasn't afraid of, we seeked the new shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So we got new name, new branding, like we rocking, like this is what, you know what I mean? We own that shit, like, you know what I mean? So that just was our style for real.
Yeah. So the cash cow, it seemed like that's when y'all really started to evolve too as individuals, like really carving out your lane. Like Luco, you started getting into the film and shit. Like, and I'm not gonna say started because you said you did the Life of So.
No, it's funny as hell. Like we really be. It's funny because
shit all
people that
in-house.
People would think, looking at this shit today, that niggas, this is some new shit. But niggas always been doing little shit. It just sorted itself out this way. And this could be temporary. Like, you never know. I embrace that. Like, this is what we doing right now.
Yeah.
Who knows what it'll be? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's beautiful about, like, you know what I mean? I feel like that's what keeps you living forever. It keeps you relevant, in my opinion. Like, if you always are willing to embrace that shit and just be water, you know what I'm saying? And just, seek the new, you know what I mean? Keep that same shit as when you was a young nigga and you discover some shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I found this shit. Yeah, you feel me? Yeah.
And you did the Luco lenses thing. How did that come about? Like, what inspired you to really dive into the world of media? Because it's more than just music.
Yeah, you're right, for sure, man. I always had a passion for video cameras and shit. You know what I'm saying? So and recording shit, and like me and my boy growing up, we was playing backyard football. We tried to record a little intro type shit. You know what I'm saying? We always try to have fun with this. So it's funny. I kind of always been on shit like that. But whenever we kind of grew from the music into the Cash Cow clothes brand, R0m0, he was really spearheading it. Like with the ideas, direction, designing. Like I was like, damn, he kind of really got that going. Let me like try to find like something that I can like hone in on and kind of make new,
your little niche,
my niche, exactly, and kind of like, and still obviously help the main brand. You know what I'm saying, bro? Yeah. So that's kind of where it started. Where then at the time iPhone was able to, I found a way to actually set the iPhone to like real settings, so like 4K 24 frames per second on an iPhone, 4K 60 frames per second on an iPhone. So I started shooting videos like this. And I had a really good motion, so I started shooting music videos with the iPhone.
That's all I want to interject, because the real birth of Luco lenses, like we had cameras and shit, and we was doing shit around new Luco era, right? We owned the camera. We seen Rex Arrow had a Canon. We wouldn't bought a Canon. We like, fuck that.
So,
but the real Luco lenses birth was for Kills came home from jail, and bro needed videos. That's really where it really like.
That's really where it started.
Became official. Like
that's really where it started for sure.
Yeah, it was to turn Kills up. You know what I mean?
We was always on visuals though. Even like what bro said.
But like literally the page and like
too. But yeah, the Luco when Luco lenses really started.
Kills
off the iPhone for sure.
Yeah, off the iPhone Kills, bro. And I was editing them on my iPhone on iMovie. Bro, like that's such a long process. Think about it. Nah, that's crazy.
One thing about it, we always been ghetto. Like we going, niggas see some.
I didn't go full sale. I didn't go full sale. But I know how to sell.
Yeah, we gonna figure it out.
But it'll be a full sale, bro.
For real.
We gonna figure it out. But yeah, that's. I feel like speaking for him, he started with that, like off the iPhone when I came home, and I feel like that shit just ended up getting so big to the point where it's like, bro, you got to get a camera, bro. Yeah. You can't be doing shoots pulling up on niggas with iPhone.
Really so I'll tell you, really, no, we was laughing about that shit.
For real.
Pull up, like 500. People like, what? You shot the iPhone? Trust me, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, trust me. And so we were shooting some extra scenes for a video that R0m0 did with Trilla, and it was in a darker setting, and my iPhone was not looking wavy, and it normally it does look wavy if you have the right lighting. Still, you know what I'm saying? So it didn't have the right lighting, and we were amateur at the time. We didn't have lighting. We could have just lit it probably the right way. You know what I'm saying? But we were just, but it was not looking wavy, and we have Paris. Shout out to Paris,
Shout out to
legend, Dirty Hugh. I'm not sure whatever other names you want to go by, but Paris, a kid from Brownsville. R0m0 put me down with him. He's amazing with the lens,
Yeah,
amazing
Paris,
with the camera,
the goat.
editing. He's
Shout
like
out
the baby.
P.
We call him Baby Goat.
Baby
Yeah,
goat.
R0m0 called
He's
him
like
Baby
a
Goat.
full-blooded goat now.
And
Shout
he,
out
Behind him,
P,
he's the
dog.
baby goat.
and he was there taking pictures for us, and he had a Fuji camera, right? And he turned it on video mode for like the first time. He said, or not, maybe not the first time, but he was definitely not into shooting rap videos at the time.
Yeah.
And he was like, and the shit looked bussin' with the Fuji.
Yeah.
So I said, oh, damn. And I was able to see it and have someone I can ask questions to. So I ordered one. And that's kind of really what I shot all them early.
And then he
Look
went
at lenses
crazy.
shit with.
Yeah.
Went on a
All the
run.
videos, all the
Holy
shit
moly.
you've seen out here.
Yeah.
Even a lot of some shit still to this day. Pictures, some little, things. Obviously, me and R0m0 wanted to keep, we keep advancing, trying to figure out new things and new ways to kind of look and cover things. So we got a Black Magic camera. We now got a Sony camera. So we're really just trying to like just keep the shit moving and just trying to figure it out and just keep building. You know what I'm saying? So the camera shit, and it's funny because like Kills can do shit like that, R0m0 can do shit like that. So it's real convenient when my team can also understand it, because like I'll shoot it to them, get their take on it. You know what I'm saying, bro? And vice versa. So it seems like obviously I'm the spearhead because I think I'm maybe really I have a way of seeing things with the camera.
Right.
But like if it's not without them, like they have a really big say in my shit, bro.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
R0m0 might color correct some of my pictures.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's just like the shit, dog. Like
Right.
a lot of people think that like some of the shit that comes out is probably my idea fully. Like meanwhile, R0m0 probably
And
the
it's
one that
crazy
did
because
everything
that's
except-
how our whole shit is though.
It's a full collaboration.
That's how our whole
Whatever
shit
y'all
is with
do.
everything
No,
though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's,
all
it's funny
collaboration.
as hell
Yep.
because before there was Luca lenses, there was camcorder.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
he
sure.
got our cameras took about a fucking police.
Yeah, I was
they
shoot-
still
I
got
was
their
shooting all the
camera.
early
These
trap
might
joints.
turn the whole purge out. This
I was
boy
shooting
going
all the
crazy
early
on
trap
camera.
joints with Ish and Beamer in them. So I was
Yeah, we
getting it
gave the
off.
camera to Kills and he turned the whole hood up.
Turn
Yeah,
the
I
whole
was
hood
going
up.
crazy.
Fact.
Turn the hood up.
And I ain't seen that camera since.
Nah, sell with. The boys got it.
The boys, they do. They do.
The boys took
They
it.
do. They do.
Facts.
So,
So-
Luca, when was the or what was the videos that you thought like, or that you first realized like this could be the move? Like what was the one that popped for you, or you felt like it popped for you?
Can I say one and then you say it after?
Yeah,
I'm gonna say,
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that-
listen, because he shot videos for me. This is I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
helpful.
unbiased,
Mhm.
so I don't even want him to save me. The video I fuck with, like where I knew, was the 6-shot Will video.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it wasn't me or Kills. Then he turned somebody else up.
Yeah.
That's when I knew like, oh nah, okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah, the Forever Pain.
Yeah, Forever Pain.
Yeah, and that was like probably the second video I got paid for.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I did a video for about that Fuji. So I was like, fuck it, I'm charging $500 now. So,
Him in Hollywood shit.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
A
Hollywood
couple
shit
of
came.
a couple of
Yeah,
Will
that's
shits
big.
in Hollywood
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, that's probably some of Ill's work. I ain't gonna lie though, like one of my favorite works is the shit we did out LA Kills in that parking garage. That was
That's
two
my
colors.
favorite Luca lens.
And we was running
Oh,
around.
okay,
and you kept
Oh
switching the
my
outfits
god.
up.
Yes.
And then we
Playboy
kept
like
the,
Cardi.
Playboy like Cardi, bro.
Yeah, that shit. Like I ain't gonna lie, like we did a lot of dope shit. Even like when I feel like the newest chapter of the
That's still one.
the
of his
beginning
hardest
chapter
videos
of
ever.
Luco lenses. Obviously, there was like that pre-era on the iPhone with Kills and R0m0 and doing little small shit like that. But when I got that Fuji, I feel like that was like the initial chapter of Luco lenses for real.
Yeah.
And the first video I really did was Kills' Sometimes I Wonder video on the Fuji.
Still,
And that shit was
still
fire as hell. And I was like, damn, like this shit's fire, dog. Like you know what I'm saying? And then I did OT, Orlando
Yeah.
Coleman's video.
Yeah, no,
Shout out
that
OT.
was an
Shout
Fakey.
out to OT.
Fakey was
Fakey
crazy.
at the gas station.
Shout out OT.
And then I had my man Sav.
Fakey was fire.
I met my man Sav because I thought like to myself, man, like I wish VFX was popular at the time. And
Mhm.
now obviously like VFX has always been a thing, but it was like at the time it was like certain VFX kind of gave you a look, and it was like Pop Smoke was doing VFX like
Yeah,
that and
yeah.
shit like that. And so I met this kid from Erie that knew how to do some small shit like that. And by the time I met him and we worked on some shit and he did some small shit for me, to the time I kind of like was like at full Luca lenses mode. that kid was doing some of the most amazing shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
he was, and I was pushing him. I know I probably was pushing his buttons too. You know what I'm saying? I was
mhm.
probably annoying Romo too. Like we
He's
have
definitely a
conversations
big
about.
part of
Yeah,
the
Sav's
Luco
a big,
Lenses run.
absolutely, man. Shout out to
for
Sav,
sure.
and I know we'll work more together, but I just been kind of falling back a little bit from the music video scene and just kind of doing the sports shit, the interviews,
wanna get into that,
the media shit,
Yeah, yeah.
and really helping Rumble with Cash Cow Clothes any way I can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's why I didn't limit you to videos. I said media because I
Yeah.
know I see the transition. I see what you're doing. You turn my youngin up too. Amazing.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, shout out, man.
Yo, amazing. That's
He's
my
amazing.
dog, bro. I'm gonna
That's his
continue.
name.
I'm gonna
my
continue to follow amazing. You know what I'm saying? For
Yeah,
real.
that's my man, son.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I see the stuff that you're doing out there for the athletes, and you help turning them up too, right? You're giving them exposure.
Mm-hmm.
You're showing them, which it's a shame we didn't have something like that because how much basketball talent
Yeah.
and sports talent came to our area that didn't get a chance to
And
get
I
that
would have had the
recognition.
illest Warren Davis tip mixtape out in the streets.
Bro,
Niggas
I'm
had
gonna
to,
tell you
niggas
what
had to
it-
live through
nah,
the
nah,
I'd have turned
newspaper.
Jinx up. I'd
No.
have turned Jinx up.
Nah, I'm gonna
From
tell you the
Brownsville.
nigga that we're gonna have a debate about it.
Gates.
I'm gonna just tell you the illest nigga that would have been on camera is a Carnesville nigga named Munch.
That's right.
He
Munch-
was
Munch-
that nigga.
Munch
was
highlight tape
shit,
have been
bro,
crazy.
bro.
Speak on-
Like
Munch-
on some
Munch gonna love it.
mixtape type shit, bro.
Yeah.
On
nah.
some
Munch
mixtape
gonna
shit,
love it.
Munch, bro. He would have
Hey.
been there. Now, mind you, you got Warren, you got Dier, you got
Oh,
Jinx,
no,
you
you
got
got it
all
right.
these different people.
You got it right.
You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
got Out My Way, we got Carson, you know what I mean?
Carson
He was
was
like
hard,
Steph
bro.
Curry and shit.
He
You know
was
what I mean?
hard.
Like,
He had a
you
shot,
know,
for real.
yeah, like there's a lot of niggas,
Quick.
but in my opinion, I think if those cameras was around,
Munch
Munch would
would've
have been that
been- yeah.
movie, bro.
Nah, I would have been following Warren Davis like how Swingman follow Rod.
Oh,
God,
to the airport for a
nah,
fact.
for real. Nah, for real.
But no, and that's excellent that you're providing opportunities for these children. I seen you at the playground.
Yeah, I was
doing
out
that
there.
as
I was
well.
outside.
You turn these boys up, and you know, I mean, I know it means a lot to them.
Yeah,
You probably don't even realize the impact that you're having on their career
yeah.
and their personal life. And there's NIL money now. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you could really help them.
I
provide
try
them
to
with
do it from a
opportunity.
clearly me and Remo are thinking business and we're business minded, but we really try to keep it as organic as possible with them
Yeah.
kids. You know what I'm saying? At least for now, as far as like not like for now, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
like for now because we really do got to figure that out. Like I shot some Matoria and Cow shit from the bottom of my heart because I they were in one of the early kills videos where I shot with the
Yeah, for
iPhone on the corner. You know what I'm saying? And I
Uh-huh.
always little Kyle, I know his dad and shit, and little
Winfrey,
Kyle.
shout out.
CW3, he'd be
Yes,
at the
sir.
rec center young as hell, and I'd be hooping. I'd be playing pickup and shit like that, and he'd be
Yeah.
talking shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, he was always a youngin' talking shit, hooping,
Mhm.
like, you know what I'm saying? So, I have genuine
Love for
fun
'em.
doing
Yeah.
doing this shit, and I have genuine love for them exactly. So to me, I just want to shed light on them, you know what I'm saying, as much as I can. But like after this next season coming up, like, you know, me and Remo are thinking of ways trying to expand it in a business way.
Monetize more.
Correct, but at the end of the day, like obviously that's kind of you know, that's
goal.
that's what the goal, bro. Exactly. bro.
What you saying that, it just helped me understand. I could never I couldn't put my thumb on it, right? But it was always just like a feeling of like we watching them youngins, right? And we watching them play some of the greatest, you know, in they league, they age range and shit. And we look at how tough they are and how good they are. But like seeing also how they're undervalued and underappreciated at times.
Yeah.
And you know who that was? That was the Cash Cows.
Yeah.
We was the niggas playing against the city niggas on some
Yeah.
music shit, like talented,
Bringing
going
the
up
full
tough.
circle.
Like, yeah, you
Yeah,
feel what
yeah.
I'm saying? And it's
Real
just
shit.
like, I want to see them win. You know
Really
what I'm saying? Because
underdog.
based on,
Yeah.
you feel what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yo, if my young nigga had a little bit more, because the downfall of this shit, right? The reality of this shit is, this is the other biggest gem I'm gonna give niggas, is like, don't ever let nobody tell you no different. It's all about who you know. It's all about who you know. It's
Sure.
all about who you know. Right? So if you can get more exposure and know more people, that's what's gonna be the difference. Cause just think about it, bro. Just think about the numbers. If you talk about rap, we live in a suburb of Pittsburgh, right? And there's probably 30 rappers here. Pittsburgh, the city, is times 10, right?
Yeah.
Of that. And then you do that, and how many cities have suburbs of a city?
Right.
So you understand how many people are in this shit. Same thing with basketball. All this, there's just the volume of people that's
A
participating in
million
this
people
shit.
trying to go pro.
Yes. So how do you increase the odds of success? It's all about who you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like what kind of exposure you get. I see Grant Street legends go swept under the rug every day.
Yeah,
Rec Center ballers go under the rug every day.
Yeah.
Niggas that you know would be like, nigga, they like Ant-Man or some shit. Like, you feel what I'm saying? But they just not. They don't know the right people. They're not getting the right exposure.
Right.
So, in my
That's a good
opinion,
point, bro.
so those are the things me and Luca try to figure out. Like, yo, we're good at that. We're
Yeah.
good at being in rooms, networking with people, and finding ways. You know what I'm saying? We're good at. I tell Luca every day, I'm like, man, our strength is really like networking and making people look good. Luca gets that camera and he makes people look good.
Yeah.
We design outfits and bringing trends to our area and doing shit that helps them look good.
Yeah.
It's like that's our strong suit. So networking and making people look good, those two things you could really have influence and have your way with things if you can master those and you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
so
No, I heard Luco say on the bullshitting podcast with Jesse is y'all bring gifts. You're not just coming with your
Yeah.
hands out when you're
oh no,
coming
there's a
to
cash
people.
cow way of business. The
Yeah.
cash cow way of business is you gonna go spend some money with them niggas. Like you wanna be like people want to embrace you when they see you, not like, oh, bro, come over here, about to smoke all the gas. Yo, this nigga gonna try to be fucking with my bitch. Yo, this nigga, they want some shit. They ain't spending no money.
Yeah,
Like,
so
nah,
we-
we could like, bro.
Yeah.
That's why they love us. Like, bro,
Or
you have
provide
a
a
session with us.
service.
We're buying
Exactly,
wing.
exactly.
Look, we buying wing dust wings at the joint. Everybody
So,
eating.
7
Everybody got
ranches.
bar.
7
Everybody
ranches.
got ranch. Everybody got ranch. You
Yeah,
feel me?
water-
Everybody got ranch.
everyone
You know,
got ranch.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Everybody
Everyone
eating
got-
good,
everyone get
smoking
ranch,
good.
for
Like,
sure.
we're creating an environment of like a good environment. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
cash cow business. That's what we
Yeah.
do. Like, you know what I'm saying? We don't come
Right.
in trying to haggle and, be, you know what I mean?
No, exactly.
Got- I had that good
The
impression.
price is the price. No, I hate a haggling ass motherfucker like that. You don't go to Walmart and try to haggle. Don't come
And
to me
listen,
trying to
we
haggle,
done
bro.
it, and we done a lot of things for free.
Yeah.
Way more for free. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And I see R0m0 every day. Giving shit out to the youngins and
think-
spending money and just giving it right out to the youngins, and you know what I mean? That's just real shit, bro.
I think that's an important part of, like, I always tie this in with almost every podcast. And that's one of the things I find that, like, the most successful artists or whatever you're doing do is invest in themselves.
Mhm.
Like, so many people are afraid to spend the money on themselves. And if you truly believe in yourself, you have to invest in yourself. And y'all have been talking about investing the whole way along. Everything that you've done from the cameras,
Yeah.
from the, from the clothing, from the music, the CDs, all that stuff was investments. And you
Facts.
have to do that stuff in order to be successful. And I think a lot of people forget that step in the whole process, because you can make music, and if you're not investing properly, you might as well just keep that to yourself.
Bro, 1,000%. If you watching this and you trying to, especially, I'm critical of music niggas, because y'all new niggas, y'all got this shit fucked up. I'm going to tell you what you really got to do. And you just take it for what you want to take it for, nigga. But listen, spend money, nigga.
You got to.
Like, bro, I'm going to just tell you, like, I didn't even want to do podcasts and do interviews because I felt like I don't want to talk about shit till I'm really at a point where we on. But we close enough that I said, fuck it, we going to do it. Nigga, we spent, if we spent thousands of dollars before inflation, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Before inflation, nigga, we spending thousands of dollars, not when a thousand's 100. Like when 1,000 was really 1,000, we was paying Rex Arrow $1,000, $1,500 a pop
For a
Yeah.
bid.
for a video, nigga. We
Yeah,
paid
crazy
Audible
video out in
Treats
Vegas with the
$3,500.
Yeah,
$3,500. Like we was spending thousands because we just understood that
Crazy.
like you get you look what you pay. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
now, mind you, I come from unfortunate circumstances, so I know how to make a little bit look good. I'm
Right.
not saying
For
that.
sure.
I'm not saying don't be a mark, don't be a lick, don't go out here where niggas is thinking they just gonna get money off
You
I'm
definitely
not
got to
saying that.
invest in yourself.
But
though.
you gotta spend the paper.
Facts.
Like you gotta spend the paper. Like the math, bro. The shit I be watching niggas do now. Like niggas will spend money on music video. All right, let's say they spend money with Luca. Half the time they gonna go do some other shit that's not Luca because they don't want to pay.
Right.
And then if they do, they don't want to like, bro. When we was around our time, we was paying to get on World Star. We was gonna
Yeah,
pay.
you got to pay for the
market.
shit after. You
feel
got
what
to
I'm
pay
saying?
for
Like,
the
it's not-
promo and marketing,
Yeah,
man.
you gotta figure it out.
Can't be a cheapskate, man.
You can't. Yes. So
If you're gonna spend money on a studio, spend money on that promo.
Yeah, you gotta do it all the way, man.
Yeah.
That campaign, you just gotta be ready for that campaign.
if you spending
You
more
gotta
money
spend
on
it
your
on the
outfit
campaign,
than you
bro.
do on your marketing of your tape, you got the shit fucked up.
Yeah.
It's period.
If you really trying to do it,
If you really that kills made a valid point. And I think some of y'all gotta embrace that, and it's cool. Sometimes I just want niggas to know, like, it's okay. Like, nigga, if you just want to do this shit, and you just having fun, it's okay. That's okay. But don't cap and like try to get services from people like you're a pro. Just be like, man, I'm just out here trying to have fun, bro.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Just embrace that, and that's
Somebody
cool.
might respect that more.
They're gonna respect that more.
Yeah.
You're right. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? But if you want to like sit here and drop your nuts and you this, I'm that, and like, nigga, you don't have to say it if you do it.
Right.
Just do it.
People gonna
just
see it.
spend the money.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just stop talking. Don't say shit. Just do it, and do it effectively. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you now, nigga, it's me talking, bro. Like, the internet, y'all niggas got the internet. You can find how to do. Like, if you type in how to on TikTok, YouTube,
Anything.
Instagram, Google, you could figure out anything.
Yeah.
Like, use your imagination the same way you would come up with a video concept, the same way you would come up with a song. Use that same imagination on how you're going to release your song.
Yeah.
I'm going to go give out cotton candy bags and have my QR. Like, bro, it could be anything. Like, just be creative and use your imagination. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you don't got bread, because sometimes niggas don't got bread. If you don't got bread, you better have imagination. You feel what I'm saying? And be creative.
You better be crafty. You definitely better be creative.
And have some taste.
That's a fact.
For real.
And have some taste.
And have
It has some taste.
Have
Yeah.
some taste. Because, like, that's what it be. It's like, all right, my nigga, you ain't got money to go buy all these clothes and shit. Just throw a clean black Nike hoodie on. Keep it simple. Black and white video. Like, keep it simple. You don't gotta OD. You don't gotta be out here trying to do too much. I'm gonna be real. I'm a real nigga, bro. There was times where I had money. There's times where Luco got loans for niggas because I didn't have money. I'm working at a motherfucking thrift store. You know what I mean? Trying to support my family, nigga. There was times I didn't have money. There was times where I faked it till I made, you know what I mean? I bought some cap designer before. I'm not above it. I'm a real nigga. I'm gonna tell you the truth. We all have done it. But if I could have talked to me, I'd have just be like, nigga, you don't need it. You're hard. Put a black tee on. Just go in there and talk your truth, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Embrace that shit.
Yeah.
Don't run from that shit. Embrace that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
No, I appreciate that. And that's what people need to know. Like, don't be afraid to invest in yourself. And if you ain't got it to invest, be creative, find other ways to get yourself out there. Because there's so many ways. We got the internet now, bro. It's no reason. Kill them with content. Just keep providing content. But there's definitely many ways to get to it.
Or not, because I also see that too. I see niggas killing, doing a mad content, and it seems as though they're spinning their wheels. If you feel like you're spinning your wheels, you're not getting somewhere. Regroup.
Right.
Regroup. Take a minute. Be like, all right, what am I doing? What did work? What didn't work? Regroup. Don't go out there and keep shooting bad shots. I see niggas do that every day. They just gonna keep going out there, keep shooting, and it's bad shots. Like, nigga.
Yeah.
Like, you don't got a coach. I get it. You don't got a coach. You don't got a team. I get it. You gotta be your coach. You gotta own, like, because the excuses ain't gonna work, nigga. Excuses don't pay no bills, my nigga. Like, take a minute, regroup, figure it out, coach yourself. You know what I'm saying? Step back in. You know what I mean? But don't keep doing, you know what I mean? Bad shot, in my opinion.
And it gotta and when you do something like it gotta be hard. Like, it gotta be ill, creative, dope. Like, bring it. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like,
it gotta be that shit.
That's at the end of the day, bro. Like, you can't fake the funk, bro. Like, that's, you know what I'm saying. That's gotta be hard. Like, period.
100%. So we do the Luco lenses, Cash Cow, right? Then we got the Cash Cow clothing brand. We definitely got to get in that, doing it big. You know, like I said, I had some young boys on to talk to you off camera last week. You know what I mean? They came through and they seen the Cash Cow. They was Cash Cowed up. And I told them, I said, I got Cash Cow R0m0 coming this week. They was like, oh, we tuned in.
Yeah,
I was excited for that.
That's love.
And I was telling them, you know what I mean, some of your history and shit, and they was like, dang, we definitely tuned in. Because they ain't even know that. So this is next opportunity. But how did the Cash Cow clothing brand come about?
So, bro, we'll just say this, right? Like, at the end of the day, niggas always had a little bit of style, a little bit of swag to them and shit. And there was a moment of clarity where I realized, like, this is what I understood is, like, merch, see, it's like flipped now, right? The beginning of merch meant specifically a band's merchandise, right? And I'll never forget, I was fighting with my bro R0m0 and shit. Niggas is like, man, they're only gonna buy that shit because they like you. And I had enough vision to understand and see people love this little fucking cow. They don't gotta know me to love that logo or just love cows in general.
Right.
So once I was like, you know what? I'm gonna gamble on this. I'm gonna just, you know what I'm saying? And made a couple designs. I hooked up with my man, and we you know, I think, let me put a timeline. We was doing some patches, putting patches on some sweaters and shit. Me and Kills was running tough. We in the basement, Velma's basement, throwing motherfucking little hoodies on a joint. Like, I mean, we running these, we go crazy, right?
AF show.
Going crazy, right? But I ended up making this varsity jacket, and that's what changed everything. Like once niggas made this jacket,
that was the hit.
That was the hit record for clothes. Like with clothes, you know, it's the same as music. You got like filler, you got album cuts, and then you got hit records. But the first hit record was definitely the Cash Cow varsity jacket. And you know, me, I'm always trying to do some extra sophisticated shit. So I'm working with, this is before all, like right now, 2024, you go anywhere, they all got factories. Everybody's getting shit from China, Pakistan, all that shit. I promise you, I was one of the earliest niggas doing that kind of shit. Yeah. So I got some, because I just knew the niggas that's got brands and doing what we're doing, they're not making that. They're making hoodies, they're getting screen print, they're getting vinyl. I'm like, I'm gonna do some shit to separate
something
niggas.
Different.
Yeah, so we got that hit record, and you know, I'll never forget, man, my mom, it was like crazy as hell, bro. So it was also one of those things where like niggas was sending packs out and just trying to like, we were just like, bro, I remember having a conversation with Kills, and we were just talking about artists and rappers and different people we like, and like who we would want to see wearing this shit. Yeah. So niggas was sending the packs out and shit like that. And long story short, Coil Ray was one of them. You know, Cash Page. There was just like a bunch of people that like.
Shout out Coy though.
Shout out to Coy.
Yeah.
We spent, because you gotta understand those jackets.
That was like at the height of her shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that jacket was $1,000, not only off of the fact that like that mattered for a reason, but I was only getting a couple of them made. Once you understand factories and all that kind of shit, they're here to manufacture thousands of pieces of things, you know what I'm saying? So they're like, yo, you want 10 coats, nigga, you about to pay. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I did it. And it was one of them joints where all my niggas here, they gonna tell you, I'ma risk it for the biscuit. I'll put the bread up, and I'm gonna send these motherfuckers out because I believe in this shit. Like, I already know. I'm like, ain't no way they see this and they not gonna fuck with this. If they get it in the mail and they open this shit, they gonna fuck with this shit. Yeah, so I went through this little experience with my mom and shit where she passed, and it was like right around Christmas, the week before Christmas, and I feel in my heart and soul she was really like part of the reason.
She said that
like,
down.
Bro, like literally the day before, it was like a day or two before Christmas, some shit like that. Coil Ray and the Trilla video wearing our shit.
Posting, look, and that's the illest shit, because it's one thing sending it out and the nigga getting a pack. She put that joint on and did a video in it.
And
and to the point we sent her another pack, she did a video in that.
And she just like she
really
really fucked with us. Like,
really
listen, to the point like my man out there,
Coy,
they producing the shit. They got Coy over there, and my man Skis, they like working on some records with her and shit. And she's like, nah, I fuck with the cows. Like those are the boys. Like we fuck, and like, you know what I mean. So we got love over there. So.
That's crazy. Bring that back full circle though, because we talked about Skis early on.
Yeah, imagine that. Skis and Tommy Brown, they out there, and that's what made. See, that's the thing, like, bro. Anytime you can accomplish this feat, right, where like, all right, you got somebody that's heavy, they got some shit going on, right, and these people could potentially help you, right? Yeah. And you find a way to show them without me telling them. They see Coil Ray wearing this shit, and it made them want to help more. It made them want to be involved more, right? It's not me like, bro, help me. They just see motion. We got more motion. People want to invest in motion. Yeah. So they're like, you know, my man Pirate. They call me Pirate. No, Pirate. How the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? I'm in LA. Like, how the fuck you know my man from back in the way? You feel me? Like, so
how do you got that type of reach?
Yeah. Always got a little rabbit in the hat for niggas, you feel me? Always, bro.
So was that moment for you? Was that big moment for you with the clothing? Like I asked them about the video, like what was the big moment for you?
Fuck
was the
Coil Ray, bro.
Hell yeah.
Cause like, listen, I'm giving y'all a lot. If y'all dig this up, if y'all watching this, I'm telling you, nigga, I'm giving you the sauce right now. Listen, bro, how influence works is this.
Yeah.
You gotta make it undeniable, right? So I'm local, we selling jackets, we doing whatever. A nigga gonna say, I ain't, you know what I mean? They gonna have an opinion, right? But what's their opinion worth compared to somebody that got millions of dollars and that super fly? You saying it's whack, but they saying it's lit.
Yeah.
Right? It's hard to argue. It's hard. You know what I mean? It just sways the
It's hard to argue with the numbers.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it just made it like it reinforced. Like we knew what we made. That's what it always was. I used to get mad at that shit, bro. When I'd be like, yo, I know we're dope. You know what I mean? I know. And I'd be mad, right? And I used to be upset with that kind of shit. But it's like you gotta play the game how it goes. Like how the game goes is people are more likely to embrace something that's accepted by somebody with credibility or a bigger group of people. Yeah. So we knew we was dope, but now that you see so and so, now you are like, you know what I'm saying? If you was on the fence, you're not on the fence no more. You on the other, you with us now. Side. You feel what I'm saying? So
I'm shooting a basketball game for town, and half the stadium going on cash cow, bro.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, and the lenses hat for a fact.
So that's just to see a full circle type shit.
Yeah. Shout out to the folks. They definitely coming out.
Yeah. Yeah. Shot and like
they definitely coming out.
I'm gonna keep it like, bro. Teaser my man, bro. He be up in that store with me and I'll be like, bro, it'd be nobody in there and I'll just be like, Tizo, I'll just be breaking down. Thank God. Praise God. Praise God. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. A little kid just came in here and like was bugging his parent, like the body shit, they tweaking.
Yeah.
Like, look at this shit, Tizo. Like, praise God, bro. God is great. Like, that's God, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like, thankful for every person that put a cow on a body, my nigga. Yeah. And that's how it is too. I don't discriminate on a soul either. That's just how it is. Like, I don't give a fuck if you come in there, you lowly, you ain't got no bread, you may look. I don't give a fuck you getting on that couch taking a picture just like the flyest nigga that walked in here. Yeah. I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I appreciate you that much to the atomic level, nigga, to the small details. I fuck with people. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I ain't bigger than that. So 100% shout out to Town, shout out to Brown, shout out to everybody that's been embracing this brand, bro. We love y'all niggas. Like, you know we love y'all. If you interacted with us, you already know what it is, for real.
Yeah,
absolutely.
No, and that is important. Like you said, you took a real risk because those that don't understand manufacturing, you know, you don't get price breaks until you start getting in bulk. Mm-hmm. So the fact that you're going out to a manufacturing company and saying, yo, I'm going to spend this much more because I believe in myself this much, and I'm once again investing in yourself. And I'm gonna send these out for free. Like I don't even expect to get no.
You hear me?
Taking a burn on that.
You hear me?
Immediate return on my investment. Like I got so much faith in what I'm doing that I'm gonna go ahead and tithe, and I'm gonna spend this. You know, I'm gonna put the seed down and watch it grow, and that's exactly what it did.
That's why my patience be short with niggas sometimes when they talk about they trying to do some shit. Yeah. Cause I'm just like, I don't think you quite understand what it takes yet. Yeah, you'll get there maybe. You know what I'm saying? If it's meant to be, you'll get there. But like, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like when 10,000 is a lot to a nigga sometimes. 20 band, like this shit's a lot of money, nigga. This shit ain't no light shit. And I'm risking the possibility. Yeah. I would have conversations with Kills. I'm like, bro, we send 20, hopefully 3 get it. Like that's how I'm that real with myself. Like hopefully 3.
Then it's nasty because you sending them, they get it. You don't even know if they gonna post it to even turn you up.
You don't even know if they gonna.
Because that's the whole point. Like, all right, you got it, but the point is for them to post it, niggas see them in it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That shit.
Facts.
And it's funny because we come from rap, so we pursuing rappers. And you know, rappers is the worst ones. Them niggas is arrogant as shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? They that
between that like, and they got this shit, but and they got so much shit, and that shit might just get lost in the sauce.
Yeah, yeah. They gonna give it to your little homie.
Niggas got so much shit. Hell yeah.
Because you running and getting a bunch of shit, we gonna let you get the free merch to come in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shit like that.
Niggas buying so much shit, bro.
No, I'm inspired that you got that belief in yourself, and I think that's another thing that I see that's a consistent theme. Is every step of the way y'all believe in what's going on, and you believe to the point that other people could feel it. It becomes contagious, and you know what I mean, and it catches on, and it becomes bigger and bigger, and it keeps growing. And the evolution, you know what I mean, of that shows in everything that you guys do. You know what I mean, because it grows. It never stays just in one spot. and you know what I mean, you're never afraid to do it. And I'm glad that you came here with me because you are the rarest Pokemon. You don't do these all the time. You don't come out for everybody, so I appreciate you showing me love in that. So with the Cash Cow clothing, the Luco lenses, you also got the podcast cracking that you managed to do where you're really basing it around sports with the Luco Media. What brought that about for y'all?
Man, so one day y'all might get this. Me and Luke was just talking about this shit. So my freedom has come with a price. My mom passed away. It really gave me an insight on life where, like, nigga, I'm not doing that no more. I'm going to risk doing this, that, and the third, right? But there was a time where I was at work, Luke at work, and we would call each other. And we had this little funny name of a podcast.
In the morning, on the way to work.
So we was like weighing work on the way to work. And I was like weighing the thought of like, are we even going to go to work today? Like, fuck this shit. But then also like weighing work. You know, niggas is rappers. So we always like, we potting today. So me and him always been, for years, we always was on that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So then, you know, I'm a Rogan fan, and you know, he's in the buttons, you know, niggas, we find middle ground and ratchet ass academics sometimes, you know what I mean? So we all got our own little pod kind of shit going on, right? But I just had, with the store, it created like, so boom, we used to be at his crib. You know, his girl gonna get mad. We at my crib, my girl gonna get mad. We gonna be in Kill's basement, and you know what I mean? So we needed like a headquarters to like,
yeah, for sure,
create, like, you know what I'm saying? So the store became like something where we can like all these thoughts, like, fuck it, we always want to do it. Let's try it, like, bro, like, you know what I mean? Let's do it. So that's kind of like how that shit started to come about. Like, we always wanted to do it. We got a space when we made the store, how we designed it. It was the wall. Like, a lot of people probably think should be accidental, but we're intentional a lot. Like, that shit was on purpose. You feel what I'm saying? So like, yo, we gonna do it. We gonna pod, and it's like, we was in LA. We with my man. His name is Wavy. He produced for Future and all this shit. I'm just like, yo, we
shout out Wavy.
We just know too many people to not. Like, you know what I mean? I got enough respect with us to have conversations. Like Banks, we met him through Barry. I'm at Barry's crib. I meet Banks and his son there. Like, our last two guests. We met them 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Knew Barry longer, but like, and judging by the stories that Banks and I we exchanged, we probably been seen each other. Like, you know what I mean? We in the same circles, 100, But like, at the moment where it clicked was down there in Atlanta. So yeah, it was like, you know, we gonna turn it up, and it made sense because Luke is turning up the app. We're gonna talk about
sports media shit.
Yeah, like I'm gonna tell you the answer to a question you didn't ask. The answer to the question you didn't ask is like, why, right? So music, this is what I found, right? With music, you coming around rappers, you coming around these groups, it's more of a like, I got my team, I got my guys, right? But when you come with a camera, or you're coming with clothes, and you're coming from this angle that's not music, it was way less friction. Yeah. Right? Like,
it's less competitive.
With rap in general, right? Yeah. There's a stigma. Like, a grandma gonna be like, eat rap. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But like, a grandma not gonna talk like that about a basketball game. She gonna be like, oh, my baby plays for. Right. Yeah. Right? You know, with clothes, everybody needs clothes. That's a nice shirt. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Yes, it was less resistance in these pathways, right? Yeah. You always say we would find our ways back to music once we, you know, build ourselves up in a way that we can do it the way we want to do it, right? Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? But we took these routes because of the least resistance, and we found like, okay, there's also a vacuum, right? There's like, you know, there's not people in Uniontown covering these young niggas. There are people in Pittsburgh or even Bell Vernon covering some of these kids, right? So, you know, and there's not you know, our mall's damn near dying right now. There's a vacuum for drip right now. It's like tough. TJ Maxx gave what you doing. Right. They just took the root out of that motherfucker. Like, what you doing? Like, you know what I mean? So there's a vacuum for that shit. So least resistance. We pulling up in LA. Now, if I was to hit up my childhood friend and be like, yo, I'm trying to do music, he loved me enough that he would do music with me. But I just know how many homies did we grow up with that wanted exercise that, right? Like, yo, I want to do music, bro. Like, put me on. And it's like, you got a line, but I'm the homie, like, yeah, I got this clothing shit, gang. Like, you know what I mean? What? Oh, that shit tough. Like, let me, you know what I mean? Let me introduce you to, you know what I mean? It's just way
It
less
puts you in different
resistance.
rooms than music would have.
Yeah, and it was, we talked about that. We had plans. We was trying to take cities over. We going to Atlanta, like, nigga, this camera gonna get us in the room.
Yeah.
Luco's skill set gonna get us in the room.
Yeah.
Even beats, like, nigga, you're not in direct competition with a rapper.
Right.
You know what I mean? I got a pack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sure.
You feel what I'm saying? So it was just like a way less traveled route. Time has evolved. Now there's a lot of people making clothes. A lot of niggas picking up cameras. Now, you know, we might have influenced some might have been influenced a different way. But at the end of the day, it's a little different now.
Right.
But that's how it started. You feel what I'm saying?
No, for sure. No, so you got the podcast. How many episodes y'all got now?
Four.
Four
Four.
episodes. And it's
Our
been,
phone been blowing up. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
everybody want to get on?
Everybody trying to get on the pod, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Everybody
anybody
trying to sit on the
that shows
couch.
love. Yeah, everybody try to sit
Yeah.
on the couch.
Thank you.
CH.
They try to sit on the couch.
You know what I'm
Yeah, no,
saying?
I mean for real, I mean that's real, and I keep telling people, like, we're just blessed that like really we got a pod out that people want to really get on. For real.
Yeah.
It's just fire.
Yeah, we don't take.
But we
none of that shit
also
for
like
granted.
we also got like a little niche, and me and Roma, we always thinking bigger. So like we thinking like bigger guests, like what I'm saying. But like we always gonna be like Southwest affiliated and figure that out and push that narrative, obviously. But like yeah, we trying to make moves, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny, bro, because if you think of the music shit, right? Like even though we drop some shit here and there, even the music I select for like my mixtape videos, my sports shit. You know what I'm saying? The music that Romo picks for TikToks that he's making or reels he's making, like we are still doing music. If you think about it, it's almost like DJing. Like it's almost like this is an expression
Shout
of
out
me.
to Zoe.
You know
Shout out to
It's an
Zoe.
expression
My
of
man,
me.
that's what I'm saying. Even him, he found his way through DJing.
Yeah.
He's getting paid because it's easier to get to the bag too. And I'm gonna let Luke finish, but that's another very key point.
Yeah.
Like through videos, you get a bag quickly as a rapper. You know how long it takes for you to be able to do a show and get
That's a
paid
good
from a
point.
show.
Yeah,
From
yeah.
clothes, you get paid today.
Yeah.
As a DJ, you get paid today.
Yeah,
Even producers, you get paid for your beats up front. Like
Right.
being a rapper is a long road to get to the bag.
That's a good
I told
point.
My man,
Yeah.
like, yo, I was like, bro, like, being a rapper, you broke for real the first part, bro.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's like, how you figure? I'm like, think about it. You got to pay the producer.
Yeah.
You got to pay the videographer.
Yeah.
You got
Studio
to pay
time.
studio
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
You got to pay me to come DJ your event.
Graphic designer.
Like, bro,
And not
like
to cut you off, Tizo, but like you're a producer as well.
Yeah.
So Tizo gets a chance to be able to like a lot of the shit he does is like from a producer's mind.
Yeah, from a
Like, you know what I'm
producer's
saying? So
standpoint,
he's still getting the shit off. And, he DJ'd at the first pop-up we did before we actually made the deal. And he was playing some of our shit, like, over, like, different instrumentals and
Right.
dropping the beat out. And I didn't even know acapellas
that's fire.
existed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Tizo is still finding a way to express himself. Like I said, the hype videos, like, bro, like, I'm expressing myself with the music choices I'm making, if that makes sense, bro. So we're definitely going to get to it, and it's always a part of the brand. But like I said, man, we just got some
music's
bigger
the soul
ideas. We
of
got
it
some
all.
bigger ideas right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So my man told me this shit. He was like, yo, he was having a conversation with Scooter Braun, and he said, listen,
That's the manager of Justin Bieber for those who don't know.
Yeah. So he in the joint with Scoot, and Scoot telling him, he's like, this is what Scoot told me. He's like, bro, music just keeps it sexy. Music just keeps it fresh and it's cool and it's like, but the money be in the other shit.
Right.
The music, and that's what it is. Like hip hop
music
is the culture, the
accentuates,
lifestyle. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
keeps it cool,
Yeah.
keeps it close to the ground. You feel me? But the bag be in the subsidiaries. You know what I mean? Subsidiaries of that shit.
Yeah.
So if you're smart, and you're watching this, what I would take from this is like, music is a way to have some conversations and just add some swag to what you got going on.
Yeah.
But you can find different ways, bro. I just feel like the world's lacking creativity. Like if you creative, man, you can find your way with this shit, bro.
No, that's a good point, and drive your point home. Like if you watch a film and it don't have no score behind it, it's like no music behind it. That film's gonna be bland as hell. Like,
Right,
But you
right.
know, if you're watching a scary movie and that certain music come on, now you start to feel tense. Like, damn,
Yeah,
why
yeah.
do I feel like this? Ain't nothing
Yeah.
even happened yet.
Yeah.
But that music start ramping up, like you said, it accentuates whatever's going on in the moment.
Yeah.
So the way that y'all been able to to bring it full circle, you know what I mean? It started with the music.
When I did my commercial for my hats that I put out, the championship hats that are like pretty much sold out only because they were sold out, but we found like 3 more in the back. So they're like Wonka bars right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Go, you know what I mean? Going tickets right now, you know what I mean? But they did very well, and I had Kills make the beat for that commercial, so like we still found ways to like be creative and
join
keep
it.
the shit up, for sure. He he killed that shit. He sampled that Cam shit, Sports Drugs Entertainment. He brought that shit. That shit's hard.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like music has been the backbone of everything, but it's like really the soul of it, and the body has been growing through the clothing, through the beats, through the videos.
The things R0m0 did with Cash Cow Clothes, bro, is just put us on different levels, bro. So we'd be silly to like not keep tapping in. And R0m0 taking this shit serious, bro. It's like he like mixtape Weezy right now because like he dropping every week. I'd be like, bro, you ain't gotta go that hard, bro. Like bi-weekly could be cool too.
Bi-weekly.
You know what I mean? For real. And him and Tizo and Kills, they go up there pressing shirts up, getting it popping. You guys
I don't even be up there. Shout out to them
He got over
boys.
shit.
I be working through the phone.
He went up there burning his fingers a couple times. He's like, man,
I be working through the phone.
Y'all ain't got gloves for this shit.
Kills, I didn't even touch the machine. What you did, I feel you, Kills.
No.
Nah,
I'm saying, yay or nay on the designs. That's what they get from me. I say yes or no on the design.
Coach, come on, Coach.
Coach K for
Yeah.
sure, man. And then while we speak of Coach K, man, Kills really like that. For the he's so instrumental to our movement, like just from tying it up to like the commercial and the future thinking that me and R0m would be on, mixed with Kills, we were close to the ground. You know what I'm saying? And like just seeing shit. Like, throwing me ideas, being on a shoot with me, like telling me to do this angle, and like same thing with R0m0, but like Kills,
and being my eye.
we all humble.
He
bro.
my eye. Like, listen, when you got wild concepts like me, my man Banks was just talking about this. Like Barry be like that. He's like, yo, his idea was really extreme. Kills like, nah, bro, you could just do it that way. I was like, all right, I guess, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? We be fighting over shit, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you need that opposing opinion, you know what I'm saying? It's like my fact checkers, like my buffers, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then sometimes I'm like, man, fuck that, nigga, I'm doing that shit, nigga. And sometimes I get my head cracked, you know what I mean? That's the other thing, nigga. Don't think niggas ain't getting their head cracked. Niggas get their head cracked. niggas definitely get their head cracked. Niggas definitely don't get the demo. Get the shirts in them shit's too small or some shit. Like niggas definitely get their head cracked.
Definitely be going through it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'll be cracking up because I could always feel, I'm a sensitive nigga when it comes to like, I could feel energy sometimes. And I'll be like, if these niggas really knew, like this shit ain't sweet, you probably thinking it's sweet. Like, bro, it is not sweet.
Yeah,
you might shit your pants if you knew what happened to me last week on this 5 bands of niggas spent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it don't be, it just look good. That's what I told you. We go back, we rewind. We make shit look good. You know what
it's always a process, though.
It's always a process, though, bro.
Yeah,
for sure.
No, that is the thing. When you invest, you might not get that immediate return right away.
No.
Like you said, you might get your head cracked. And I think that's where the passion, I spoke about that on a few episodes recently. That's where the passion comes in. Like, if you truly believe in it, it won't matter. But if you ain't passionate about it, you'll give up that first sign of trouble. You give up the first time shit go wrong because you ain't built for it. But if you're truly passionate about it and you love it, like, you'll keep going through that. You're like, all right, that's just a bump in the road. I got to keep it moving.
Yeah, and I think to add to that, try your best to just learn. Like, I feel like some of the things that like helped me grow was like learning that I'm not always right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Taking a minute to slow down and be like, nigga, you're not always right, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then like just self-diagnosing and just try to learn, like, you know what I mean? I learned for the most part, right? So here's a really good example. Like, you order shirts from overseas, you order whatever product, you know what I'm saying? The standard process is you're supposed to order a demo. The demo gonna crack you. It's gonna take a long time to come to you. And most niggas, if you're like me and Kills, we be wanting to design shit to wear today. We're not trying to be talking about some Christmas shit. We're trying to wear this shit today.
I'm trying to tell
you. Know what I'm saying? So a nigga might.
So
what's the demo, bro? Tell me about that a little bit.
So a demo is like you come up with the sketch, you come up with the photo, you come up with a mock-up, you come up with the concept.
Okay.
And then you send it to these people to manifest what you're thinking.
Okay.
And you should do that so that you could be like, all right, y'all are close, not close. This needs to be changed.
Facts.
You can
give adjustments.
Yeah, before you invest your big money in the bulk order before you get a bulk order of things that like. So I'll just tell you, like, nigga skip the process and be like, all right, I'm just gonna just pay y'all to give me the, because I don't want to wait 45 days. I don't want to, you know what I mean? Nigga that come in wrong, size wrong, color wrong, thread, something's wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that shit happens.
But you had nothing to blame but yourself because you had to take that step.
So you learn from that shit. Now, a nigga learn 90% because I incorporate, but sometimes, like I said, we impatient niggas. We want shit now.
Send that shit.
We're behind. Send that shit. Picture look good. Send that shit. So, you know, I was just to add to your point, though, I would just say do your best to learn. Like, I feel like the best trick they ever pulled on niggas is like they made it cool to look dumb, to be dumb, to act like you don't care, or make it. They made it like nerds or I don't be no nerdy nigga, bro. That like that's all so the crazy. Richest people in the world are smart as fuck, bro. Elon Musk, fucking Mark Zuckerberg, Tim, all these niggas are geniuses.
Bro, I think
like why would you ever think it's not cool to be smart?
Our generation, folks. I think the new generation they get it. Like they get it. Like, it's so much cooler just to be yourself nowadays. And just be different. Like that shit's cool. But when we was coming up, like you had to be like
nerd ass
had
nigga.
To be a hustle.
You ain't never gonna get no ass nerd ass nigga. Like
I was doing a battle with my homie, and I was always in like smart classes and shit. I just got glasses, and he said something like, when you start wearing glasses, I forgot you in them smart classes. Bro,
that was a bar.
Bro, I didn't pick the glasses back up after that. And so I got to be an adult, bro. I wear my glasses now, but I put them shits down immediately. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And I ain't picked them shits up since, bro. Fuck these glasses. But like you said, to your point though, like they made it like, and like you said, they fooled us. Like whoever the powers that be fooled us, that made us think all the good shit isn't cool. Yeah. Like, oh, this nigga smart. Like, he a smart class.
Smart ass nigga.
Yeah, like.
Go to school, nigga. Yeah. I'll never forget. Like, bro, I might have said that to some niggas. I'm a piece of shit. I might have said that. Took your ass to school, nigga. We out here. We outside. We on, you know what I mean? We in trap, nigga. Took your ass to school.
And that's an illusion.
Yeah, I mean, bro, we're fucking retarded. I was retarded. Yeah. Like, nigga, stay here. Yeah, bro. Like, I shouldn't have been snarky. Like, nigga, let me go with you, gang.
Yeah.
Because the way niggas be thinking, on God, if I never, like, that's why I don't even try to, I don't know, I'm experimenting with my own child when I say this, like, but I truly try not to influence him with my own personal takes on anything. I just try to let him be him as much as he is. So I'm just thinking, like, nigga, if I never was influenced by the streets, I might have been one of the craziest niggas ever, like, type shit. Nigga might really have been an astrophysicist or some shit. Like, you know, you feel what I'm saying? Like, because that shit intrigues me. Like, it's like naturally, I'm naturally curious. I'm naturally, I have a thirst for knowledge. I like to learn. Yeah. But, you know, I suppressed that shit. It was bad in school, getting kicked out and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I thought that was cool. The girls thought it was cute. They laughed and shit. Oh, you bad. Why you acting like that? Like, you know what I mean? That shit was cute. Like, man, that shit is not cute.
Like, I drank Hennessy for years and I hated that shit. Cause I thought it was the shit I was supposed to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, but no, that's a good point, bro. Like, it's a lot of times we've been fooled by thinking that the shit that is really cool, you know what I mean? Because while you in jail doing time, you know, the smart nigga out here with your girl, bro. Yeah, the nigga with a job and shit out here with your girl. You down for 5-6 years, you know what I mean? Like,
that's why I'm loving these new niggas. The new young niggas, I'm loving it because I'm seeing a lot of smart young niggas, niggas in school, niggas taking trips, like niggas doing all kind of shit, like. And my upcoming niggas was like, niggas ain't barely leave the hood. Niggas went to Century 3, go to demo, buy some shit to go to Morgantown or some shit. That was it.
Get a telly, you really.
Listen, I'm telling you, my cousins watched this shit. Lumpy almost home. My cousin said, I remember telling them niggas because like, I just knew how much country niggas was getting it. Like, I had young niggas in the ridge and shit like that was sitting on like 20-30 grand. These niggas like 14 years old. And at that time, 20 bands now is different than 20 bands then. Right. But like, niggas really had crazy paper. And I'm watching city niggas take a trip. I'm like, these niggas might be working with like 5K. They might have 2,500. They might have, you know what I'm saying, right? But my young nigga got like 20. I'm like, you know what you could go to fucking Miami, rent a Lambo, buy a Cuban, and be looking like fabulous, bro, with this kind of bread you got. And you just like going to Morgantown. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, So the new young niggas, that shit click for them. They got the internet. They see like, oh nah, nigga, I'm outside. I'm in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So shout out to the new youngins and shit that understand this shit. But
Ain't
back
afraid
then
to be
it was
themselves, man.
yeah.
No, but I appreciate y'all joining me. I want to what y'all got coming up? What's going on in the future for Cash Cow Music, Cash Cow Clothing, Luco Lenses? What's coming up?
So I'll just speak for Cash Cow Closing, and I'll
Yeah.
let everybody chime in on what they got going on. But like, at the end of the day, what we got going on is this: Atlanta in like 3 weeks. The plan is like, we're not prepared to die on at the Uniontown Mall, right? It was a good experiment. We're going to keep it as long as it makes sense. It's a cheap headquarters for us. We're always going to be able to stay in touch with our community that way. But like, we understand what we got. So the plan is we're going to Atlanta. We're going to do Atlanta, motherfucking New York, California. Miami. We just, and we got a strategy. I won't roll our entire strategy out to the world, but it's symbiotic with the sports and the music. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're going to tap in. Like, right now, we almost doing this shit like some regional rappers. Like, we just did an Aliquippa joint. That's like, if you was a rapper and you had it locked up here, the next step would be to go try to do a show in Aliquippa or some shit, right? So what we just did with incorporating my man Banks and his son, we just literally tapped into all of Aliquippa, you know what I'm saying, and get a foothold there. That's through sports, right?
Yeah.
And then also through the clothes. You know what I'm saying? So we got some plans.
I love that. Yeah. What's up, Luco Lenses?
Obviously, sports content for sure. Cash Cow Clothes content for sure. Miscellaneous content of like people who I rock with. That's organic. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Ish. And Blend the Boys.
I did video on the way.
Yeah, I did Ish's promo videos for the Blend
Miami
to
to Georgia to the Uniontown
then,
Mall. Let's get it. It's actually reversed. It's from Uniontown Mall to Georgia to Miami. It's reversed, but no cap.
And shout out to y'all watching too in the comments.
But yeah, so then also shout out to DZ Bando, which is Young B. That's his new handle.
Shout out
DZ Bando.
And
Kills was the one that was like, put the batter in my back. Like, I told DZ Bando, I want to make sure I stay disciplined. You know what I mean? But, Bando. But I told him, I said, bro, when you get out, he did a nice size bid. You know what I'm saying, bro? When he got out, I told him, I said, bro, I got you on something. You know what I'm saying? And Kills put the batter in my back. It was like, bro, it's time. Reach out to him. He got some shit. He just put out a tape out. So I linked up with Bando, and we did a video. And that's about to drop. So like, that's rare because, like I said, I'm not really on music videos, but that was kind of like something that was organic to me, and I'll probably still keep doing shit like that. But really, man, just find,
makes sense.
Just find out. I am really loving the podcast content, probably because it's new. You know what I'm saying? And the reality is, though, bro, is like, for me personally, I'm still big on music, and I dive deep into music, but I listen to a lot of podcast content more than sometimes I listen to music nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So I just know that's probably common for a lot of people. If it's like for me, you know what I'm saying, I feel like I'm ahead of the curve how I kind of do things. I feel like that's probably common for a lot of people. So it's almost like we're finding ways to communicate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have effective communication through our, you know what I mean?
Yeah, through your different outlets.
Sure.
Kills?
Shit, man. I'm thinking about dropping, man. I've been sitting on this tape for a minute, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I got a tape called CPR. I'm gonna probably drop in a minute. It's done, but just waiting for everything to make sense for it. But
for sure.
What's CPR?
Probably going to drop.
I'm gonna help you out, Marley.
I'm gonna bring you by the co-host sometime. Check it out.
CPR stood for Cow Print Ranger.
Okay.
So,
So think about that.
Yeah.
Think about the artwork.
So think about the artwork coming, man. We always turn on that shit, man, with the
You're the
artwork.
official Cash Cow model anyway. You stay flicked up.
Yeah, man.
Man, I just be putting it on, bro.
Yeah,
sure.
Remo give me the boot. You know what I mean? Get behind the camera, Luco.
Now,
But
before I let y'all
man.
go, I do want to touch on that, right? Because Kills, you was away for a while, and I imagine that had to been tough for y'all because that was like a vital piece of what y'all had going on. Did it feel different when Kills was gone?
Hell yeah. We
Yeah,
still was moving around and doing some shit.
Yeah,
but
they held it down, though.
1000% was like, I ain't gonna lie, the one thing that was dope about Kills is that the nigga made so much beats. We definitely ate off the carcass. Of the beat. He definitely had some. He left some little Scooby snacks for niggas and shit. Between that
they
and,
made that
and
shit
Luco
shake while I
and
was
shit
going.
like that. But of course, bro, like the way shit has unfolded with Kills, man, it's like my boy missed some critical, things.
Yeah,
Like he
that's a
missed some
fact.
overseas shit and some other shit like that. So it's actually a blessing, cause like I took this nigga, I got these niggas on a plane to LA. And we had the time of our lives, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Took 'em, we was down in
Atlanta,
Atlanta,
the A,
you
New
know what I
York,
mean?
all
So,
that
like,
shit.
that kind of
We
shit. The fact that we're
flipped it.
about to go to Atlanta again, like that feels amazing to me, bro.
Yeah.
Like, cause there was times where he wasn't there, and like niggas really would have preferred him to be there. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah.
And I think it was dope whenever he came home. It was just like you never left. Like everything was already in place for you.
Oh yeah.
And you know. What I
Yeah,
mean?
they took care of it.
Yeah,
They took care of it. And I was still always in the loop with shit too.
It was tricky though, cause when he first came home, he had a PO
lot of
situation.
stipulations,
He had a PO situation.
As
But
far as
like,
moving around. But they was making that shit shake though. Shout out to Luco, man. You know, he putting that voice on. He's kind of like folks manager and all that.
Yeah.
They let me go everywhere.
yeah. My name's
Hey,
Luke
let me
McCostick.
go everywhere. Hey, let me go everywhere.
No,
He made that
I
shit
got in
shake.
my bag for my dog.
Yeah, for sure. But on the music tip too, man, I'm still making beats out there. I know I don't really promote that shit that much, but anybody who always wondering and shit, I'm always still making beats. Anytime you want to workshop anything, man, just hit me
I
up,
don't know
man.
how we-
Slide in the
I don't know
DMs,
how
I
we
got you.
missed that. Shout out, do y'all socials and all that, so they know how to get a hold of y'all for any of the stuff you got going on.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going
Cash Cow Kills on everything. Cash Cow KILZ.
Yeah. Cash Cow Clothes, Cash Cow Podcast, R0m0. Bro, shit, you can't find me. You need glasses.
Yeah, you
everywhere.
gonna stumble over
My
niggas.
nigga, my girl swear I'm cheating. How you got this many accounts? Which one the heck?
Gotta lock them in.
That's a real last conversation. I know it is.
Nah, but shit.
Tizo, we gotta get you back on here with a mic too.
Yeah, we gotta get Tizo, man.
Yeah.
Cause he really a big part of this shit too, for real, man.
Huge part.
He's a huge part of this shit we got
And
going
he
on
really
right
been,
now.
like, people don't understand how much he's really a part. That's what I'm saying. Like he's a really, yes, bro.
He really
You just
putting that
deserve
shit
your
together.
own spotlight. We
He
wanna
really
do
putting that shit together.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
He can talk about a lot of
Yeah,
shit.
for sure.
for sure.
That boy's out for sure.
My main page on Instagram is at Luke_O. That's kind of where I like, swag out and like I'm in front of the camera type shit. My family, my beautiful
Yeah, a little more
twins.
personal for you.
I might swag my twins out and put them in there. You know what I mean? And then I got the account that obviously like I grew organically, that I just want like the opposite. Like I want to have the camera on other people and just showcase other people. So that's Luco Lenses. That's Luke_O_lenses. And that's kind of like I juggle both. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously I'm me. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the Luco Lenses shit is like kind of the media shit. You feel me? That's the
It's a
media
separate
part
entity
brand,
of
for
what
sure.
you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That's what's up. But speaking about Kills too, bro. Just to touch base. Bro, I swear there was when Kills went in, like there was definitely like some. I remember R0m0 having bad days. I'm having bad days about just like the energy and like the soul of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like grinding without Giles. You know what I'm saying, bro? And like, just taking trips and shit and like not being as motivated. You know what I'm saying, bro? So it's just a blessing to see where we were able to like stay focused. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like dug deep and just had something that Kills can come home to that was like in motion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To help us out and find his home and find his place and shit. So like, when we go to LA or Atlanta and shit like that, like those are some of my funnest moments, bro. You know what I'm saying? Being able to kick it with them and be on the balcony with Giles talking and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like doing our thing and shit, and you know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Kills and like I said, Tizo, he obviously went into the DJ role, but like, he's a big part of Cash Out Clothes, the store shit. He's working, doing mad shit.
It down.
Tizo had viral reels and TikToks and shit like that in his own form.
Yeah.
So he adds value to everything we're doing. Like he knows shit,
sure.
and we saw Tizo's talent years ago. And he was that's what he's trying to say. Like, tell him, bro, like, because Tizo was early in on with the movement as well, early as well. You know what I'm saying? So, so we always knew Tizo could add value to what we had going on as well. So it's just really like kind of full circle, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know this night is for Romo and shit, but it is pretty full circle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it was only right, you know what I mean? It was only right to have y'all a part of this too, because you fill in a lot of the blanks, and I know Roma wouldn't have it any other way. Like I said, I know the way that y'all move is like a unit at all times anyway, so it's very fitting.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you guys are always welcome back to the world's dopest podcast, Marley State of Mind podcast, anytime.
You heard?
Appreciate that.
Anytime y'all want to, any way you want to, if it's individually or whatever the case may be, get at me. You know what I mean? Y'all family. So that's how we rocking all the time. We're down here at a bunch of Bull Studios as per usual.
Shout out to my man Jesse.
Yeah,
Jesse,
shout
I
out to
love you,
Jesse,
my
bunch
boy.
of boys,
I
bunch
love
of bull,
Jesse,
man. We love you, boy.
I love Jesse. That's my
Always
guy.
held it down, man.
For sure.
And you know, we'll be back next week with another special guest. In fact, we're not back next week. I got a I'm supposed to plug that. I got a compliment battle that I'm doing out Millville. Poetry Lounge. Shout out to Hollywood and Liz for putting that down. It's gonna be some dope performers. If I forget y'all, don't be mad, but I know Barbados is gonna be there. My man Chuck G. And not only we're gonna do the compliment battle, we're also gonna have some performances as well. So check me out there next weekend. It's gonna be on a Saturday, so we won't be back next week, but we will be back the following week with another episode of the podcast. But until then, I thank y'all so much for coming down to see me. It means the world to me.
Appreciate you, bro.
It means more to me than what y'all know. But until next time, we out of here.